how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another LCR podcast.
Lights, camera, reaction.
That is the name.
Oh, and who is that lovely voice? We are graced by the man himself, Connor Menz.
The one that has been talked about for a while now.
Is it men's or means?
Men's. Yeah,
just not like women's.
Men's restroom. So
he's
let
filling
let the jokes commence now.
He's filling in for the lovely Andrew.
He will be
rest
in
in
peace.
But more to come with Connor. You'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future.
Yes, hopefully.
Anyways.
Hopefully we got some plans coming up with a new segment or something like that that Andrew and I have been talking about. So we'll see.
Cool stuff.
We shall see.
So look forward to that.
Yes.
But as of now, we watched a very cutesy, fun movie.
It is adorable.
Detective Pikachu. Sorry. I'm sorry. Improv
I was
skills are
trying to
still
say
developing.
fucking something.
Go on, since you want to take the show.
No, then you already fucking stole my
Spotlight's on you, man.
No.
Spoilers.
No spoilers.
It was fun. It was cute.
Yep.
Not the best movie, but I thought it was good.
It was definitely
It was almost great.
nice family movie.
Mhm.
Like,
That's what it was. It was a above passable family movie, passable movie.
yes.
It was definitely a very decent video game movie. Like, the Pokemon looked...
I will give it that.
It was
It's
not
our-
horrible.
It's-
That's all that
yeah.
is good. It's
Is
not
it too much
terrible.
to say that's the first great video game movie?
I would not consider it great. No.
But is this the new bar to beat? I mean, what was the past
Probably.
bar?
Very low if there was a bar. Like, honestly, like
Assassin's Creed wasn't
people
terrible.
were-
It was just bland.
yeah, boring mainly.
Was that the bar?
I guess so. I guess in terms of recent.
I don't know. I guess you guys can tell us what you think the quality bar for video.
Well,
game
what is
movies
your favorite video game movie, and we will determine based on that pool of movies.
God, I fucking love the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah,
for all the wrong
reasons. I was about to say. Yep.
We are getting that though next year,
Oh,
possibly.
yeah, that is being made.
Anyway,
Isn't
it's
someone
so
big-
weird that we're getting on two totally separate sides of the spectrum. Pikachu, Detective, Pikachu, Pokemon, and we're getting Sonic this year.
Yeah.
Now Sonic.
One looks great and one looks...
Sonic is a different level, I feel.
I'm going to love that movie so much.
What
It
if
doesn't matter.
we got a Sonic and Pikachu at the Olympic Games? Movie.
You shut your whore mouth.
That'll be in
Before people take
2028.
these ideas, we need to take those.
That'll be the first crossover movie 10 years down the road.
Do you think you can animate that?
Listen, shout out to the latest skit that just dropped on the channel.
That is right. A classic already.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a fun movie. It had a few faults, a good handful of faults, but it was good.
I enjoyed it.
I think the lowest grade I would give it is a B minus.
Okay.
I think I'm sticking to my B. You said B as well.
I think that's what
I think-
Stuckman gave it. Was a B.
I
Oh,
said-
yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I said like an 8 out of 10.
Spoilers.
8 out of 10. Wow, really?
But like, that was like right out of the movie.
Okay.
Like once we get done with this, I might just
I
drop
feel
down
like
to like a
once we start
7.5.
talking about it,
You
more.
have to look at it through the lens that it is. It was a kid's movie from the beginning.
Right.
Yes.
It wasn't meant to
It
be.
had moments where it was
Oscar-worthy.
very cheesy and
Yeah.
ham-fisted.
The thing that, like I said, like for me, the saving grace of it all was how realistic and how beautiful the Pokemon looked, and just how they acted and how they just were integrated into society.
If they restructured the story to where if they just took all the Pokemon out, this would have been like the blandest movie ever.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea of putting all the weight on the Pokemon and that's what carried the movie is what really ruined it.
Yeah.
If they had a great story and then put Pokemon into it, it would have been amazing.
It wasn't the worst story, but
No.
it definitely could have.
It was safe.
I think that
Yeah.
was the best possible storyline they could have gone with, especially with the Detective Pikachu side.
And again, none of us have played that spin-off
No.
game,
Right.
Detective Pikachu, so we don't know how close it is to the source material, but it does seem like it is close to it.
It was definitely a safe bet. I feel like this is the best way they could have had us and be introduced to a new possible world.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, I think it'll do very well. I think it'll be very
hope so.
successful since it's PG.
Just for the state of video game movies, it has to do good.
exactly. So, and
lot
there's
is
definitely
riding on this
enough Pokemon fans across the world in general to be like, I'll give that movie a shot, because like I was not looking forward to this movie at all.
No.
Like, I hate it. I really did not like the trailers.
What?
And I just saw them too much, I guess.
Okay,
I just
fair
got
enough.
tired of them. And I'm like, Wasn't the biggest fan of Ryan Reynolds being casted. I thought that was very
Really?
safe. Thought it was so safe. Because people were like, oh, Deadpool. I know Deadpool.
You thought that was just
He's
for the
funny.
star power pull of it all?
Yeah, that and it's just like normal voice guy.
Mm-hmm.
He just has a really like distinct and like oh, that's Ryan Reynolds. He's funny.
I think his joke delivery is like none other.
Yeah, it's very natural.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
He's a very just funny guy naturally.
I think he's
charismatic.
easily the best part of the movie for me.
Just put him in a cute, furry little
Exactly.
mouse.
Like give him some pretty mild, humor. Nothing too crazy.
A Winnie the Pooh face.
Yes, a very adorable rabbit mouse.
A lot of people their vote was for Danny DeVito because in the game
Yes,
it's
because
more
that
of a
would
raspy
because
detective voice.
that would be so many memes. Like would be.
It would
birthed
basically
from
just
that.
be Phil
yeah.
from Hercules,
Mhm.
and that'd be fine.
Yes.
I think either way.
My vote would have been for Danny DeVito. I think that would have been way funnier, but he wouldn't have as good as joke delivery. That's the problem with Danny DeVito. But I don't know,
Because-
Parks and Rec, or I'm not Parks
Yeah.
and Rec.
Yeah,
Always
could
Sunny.
Danny DeVito carry the movie as much as Ryan Reynolds did?
Mhm. Yeah,
Justice did a decent job.
he did way better than I
Yeah.
thought he was going to do, but I was still very annoyed by him.
We went into it saying we were gonna have a scream counter, and he only screamed like once or twice. Thankfully,
Did he scream? I don't remember him screaming.
at the window scene, he screamed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense though. But like.
But I never saw
in the
Jurassic
trailer-
World 2, so I don't have anything to base
you
it off
will
of.
you will not like him after that movie. I'll just say that.
Was that his first movie?
That was his first like big
Wow.
movie. He hasn't
I
been
mean, good
much.
for him.
Yeah.
Being able to score
Make-
two big movies
Making
like
that
that.
making that money. Making that money.
Could you? I don't know why I thought this. Could you imagine if Chris Pratt was Pikachu?
That would have been a little too goofy, I think.
Yeah.
Just like goofy guy voice.
I feel like that was on their list, honestly.
Yeah, probably on the short list.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think Ryan Reynolds was a safe casting,
Mhm.
but I also do think that there wasn't anybody else that could potentially have done him better.
Yeah.
I think in terms of jokes, that is the best possible. Like joke line delivery.
Yeah.
And he's also very animated with his voice as well. So
Yeah.
like there's a lot of good
Do you
moments
think
of
we
him.
would have had the same reaction of like, oh my god, it's freaking Ryan Reynolds, if he wasn't Deadpool already? Or do you think more people would be excited
That's
because
the
you
thing.
don't have that association of Deadpool?
That's the thing. Not as many people would love Ryan Reynolds if this was released before.
I feel like a
Deadpool.
lot of people didn't like him being Pikachu because he was Deadpool, though.
That's the thing. It's like catch-22. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guess in terms of casting. I mean, I didn't hate it. I just felt it
Yeah.
was like a safe pick. I'm like, okay, that makes
I
sense.
think it
that
was
there's
a good
Ryan
50-50
Reynolds.
with some people.
He's
Yeah.
always had like the same kind of charisma though. Like watching his earlier movies,
Mhm.
like
Oh, he's always been the same. Yeah.
yeah,
in terms
like
of charisma.
have you guys ever seen Waiting?
I don't think so.
haven't.
You should watch it because you're a server. But basically, long story short, it's a movie about like a restaurant staff.
server.
I'm gonna kick your ass. It's a movie about like a restaurant.
Right.
So like you got the two busboys.
Is it one of his like earlier films?
Kind of. Yeah, it's
Is it
got
like mid 2000s and something?
yes. It's like Justin Long, Anna Faris,
Oh, good cast.
Ryan Reynolds. There's a couple other guys that are familiar, but I just can't think of their names.
Mhm.
But it's
Sorry. Go on.
I don't want to be too loud, but it's like it's really
Continue.
fucking hilarious, and like he's always just kind of had like that same charisma and that
Right.
same mannerisms about everything, and
That's just who he is.
yeah, I'm like I saw something that said I think it was after the first Deadpool movie was filmed that after they had finished shooting, he just walked off set with the Deadpool suit on. And they're like, aren't you gonna bring that
The
back?
second one or the first one?
The first one.
No, this is
And then
mine.
he's like, somebody was like, "Are you
this
gonna
is
turn that back?" And they're like, "He's like, no, you can try to take it from me, but I'm not gonna let you."
I'm sure they have more than one
Yeah.
suit
honestly.
anyway. So.
But the thing is that somebody had said Ryan Reynolds had waited his whole life to play Deadpool, and
Yeah.
he basically
Yeah.
just is the embodiment.
that's
of
what he
Deadpool.
was fighting for.
Yeah, he
like
was
a
the champion of
decade.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I definitely think that he was just the best pick for Pikachu.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of anyone else. 'Cause Danny DeVito always seems like the joke choice, even though isn't more realistic.
that would have been the internet choice, you know.
I think there was a lot of speculation, or there was a lot of like the fan base that said that they wanted to see Danny DeVito real time, like his actual body in person, with just Pikachu ears on. And everybody would
It's just a really long episode of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, everybody just been like, I would have been fine with that. I would have supported it. And I'm like, honestly,
But like he's tiny, like Pikachu size, or like actual
It's
human
like in
size.
those M&M commercials.
I think he would have been
plays
like
the red M&M. You know,
does he play the red M&M?
well, no, in one commercial, he's not like the voice, but there was a commercial where the red M&M turns into a human and it's Danny DeVito.
Better idea. Charlie Day is Pikachu.
Oh no,
that's too much.
I cannot stand Charlie Day.
Shia LaBeouf.
That would have been funny. That would have been crazy.
I don't know.
I don't know if he would have done it anymore.
No,
No, Shia LaBeouf in Fury as Pikachu.
Oh, I haven't seen Fury. Yeah, I know.
it's been a while.
It's been a
It's a
minute.
good movie. That's the movie that broke him, apparently.
What do you mean?
Broke him how?
Like, to become a little...
Artiste
Yeah.
Shia.
Because he's method, and his character was
Very
a
method.
pronounced Christian, so he had to dive into faith, and it kind of...
I definitely just thought it was
Enlightened
Disney
him.
that just broke him.
That
Yeah.
too.
Look at Hannah Montana. She
I
fucking
would-
swung naked on a
I
wrecking
would
ball.
say
What is this?
Michael Bay.
Has
is
anyone
up there,
seen
too.
Even Stevens?
Yeah, I mean, you can only come out of that in such a
I just want
intense
to know what
sense.
they do to those poor kids, like on Disney
Honestly.
Channel. Like, good God, like Nickelodeon.
It
never
looks like
has
the
those
Cole Sprouts
problems.
made it out okay. The Cole... The
Yeah,
Sprouts
debatably.
kind of.
twins. Cole Sprouts.
They're artistes as well. You
Oh
know.
my God.
Yeah, they're
Has
all
anyone made it out of that?
alive.
Raven Simone?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Orlando
She would've-
Brown, was that the guy?
Oh God, was that
Oh,
Corey?
yeah.
His boyfriend. He's got like busted for like drug charges and stuff or something before a couple times.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah. that's
Anyway, Detective Pikachu.
Anyway.
True.
I was
we are talking
recommending...
about Disney Channel stars from the rest of the podcast. Okay.
It was a good movie. I would recommend seeing it. I understand why the critics weren't too great on it.
Yeah, including me, honestly. Like, I enjoyed it for the most part. I did not hate this movie.
Its weak spots was the script, basically.
Yeah, and honestly, all the humans just did not do it for me. I was
Yeah.
not a fan of really. None of the humans, I'm like, wow, I really like this character. They all have their equally annoying.
Yeah, even the detective.
Unless Ken Watanabe, you know,
Yeah.
except him.
And
Like
he was
he's
all-
like in it for like 3 scenes.
Yeah.
So spoiler, but but other than that, I would recommend this. Just
Yeah.
give it a shot because a lot of people are actually like liking this movie, which is like really nice to
Yeah.
see.
I'll definitely see that the audience score is going to be a lot higher.
Because I never want a film to do poorly unless
Right.
like it deserves it.
Yeah.
And this is definitely not a film that deserves to do poorly or get bad reviews or do poorly in the
gonna do
box
great.
I
office.
especially want to see people support this movie because this was a really good movie, like visually for
Yeah.
Pokemon.
God, the visual effects credits just went
Oh my god,
on.
yeah.
Oh really? I didn't stay that long for this.
But yeah, I mean, go see this movie, go support it because
Yep, give
there
it a
could be the
shot.
potential that we see more movies,
Yeah.
not like this one, because we'll
Hopefully-
talk about that in our podcast.
I'm glad that this was safe because now we can get a maybe, which would be weird because we're already getting a CGI remake of the first Pokemon movie. But
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
in the
think
works.
it might only be being dropped in Japan because I've only
Oh,
seen Japanese.
Okay.
Bastards.
Like
Merch
live
from-
action
No, like
or just
it's all
computer animated?
CGI.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, when I meant CGI, I meant
Yeah,
3D
that's
animated.
pretty much CGI. So
Which, if that wasn't coming out, I would have had faith that they might be making a live action movie.
Yeah.
So we either got that, maybe we'll get a mainline game type movie with Red. That'd be dope.
I was really kind of hoping they would have like thrown in like Brock.
I
or
feel like there
Misty.
was an East. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I,
think
thought they
there
were
was,
going to bring someone up like that, but they never
or
did.
I feel like there was one kid in the beginning that was like an Easter egg to his costume.
the Asian dude.
When they were
Yeah.
showing the commercial,
Yeah,
I think so.
they
Maybe.
showed the red hat.
maybe.
I think that might be like your generic trainer hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was one or the other.
Yeah.
Because the other girl didn't look anything
That
like
entire commercial was generic.
Yeah.
Everything. So, but
Yeah.
that would be how it would be. In
Or if
real
we
life,
get
so.
the anime with Ash, Misty, Brock.
Yeah. You
Sky's
can
the
never
limit.
go wrong with animation.
This
Like,
movie was safe, so they just
I feel like this movie didn't need any of those guys. Like I think
Right.
I thought they would drop
The
like,
door's
a
open.
hint, like or oh
A hint would've been
here-
nice.
Oh yeah, like this so and so is a legend, or so and so is doing really well in tournaments.
like
and
when they
stuff
brought
like
up
that.
Mewtwo. That's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. It's on a
Yes.
bunch of the trailers.
Yes.
Because they mentioned Kanto, and I was just waiting, and I was waiting for like
Something.
Ash,
Just
Misty.
anything, yeah.
Because Misty and Brock definitely, because they'd be famous because they're gym leaders.
Yeah, exactly.
So they would be known.
Yeah.
Even though Brock.
But I mean, like, we didn't really get a whole lot of sense of Pokemon battles in a way either.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because that's how they set up the whole.
Really, it's all you see in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's really the only Pokemon battle.
I can see the spoilers trying to leak out of us, so.
Yeah, we probably should wrap this up.
That's our initial thoughts.
Yes.
For now, I'm a 4 out of 10. I'm a little more harsh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
See, but is that a failure in your eyes?
No, I didn't hate it. That doesn't mean I hate it. It's just I can't.
So
say
on the
it's
star
a good
system,
movie.
that's like a mid-low
2 out of 5.
C.
Two,
In a letter
the
grading?
grading, a letter grade. A C.
Okay, that's fair.
C
That's
minus.
fair. I thought you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C would be
go
good.
see it, guys.
Yeah,
I wish
C
you were my
minus.
teacher back in, like, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought, guys. We'll be dropping this on Saturday, so the podcast will be dropped Monday, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, this is McCaleb. When do you
Connor.
guys go?
And this has been Matthew.
Bye.
It's been good.
I love you.
I like that. Welcome back, guys, to the LCR podcast. We are now in spoiler talk, so if you've gotten to this point and haven't seen the movie and are not okay with spoilers, get the fuck out of here.
Go to your local theater and support independent cinema with Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
You know, the biggest original movie of the year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what all of the art house theaters are playing. People.
I'm surprised that A24 didn't pick it up.
I know, right? I think they're considering it, but they're like,
They couldn't afford Ryan.
Yeah.
They knew Ryan
They're like,
needed to be on
Ryan's
it.
in it? No, we got to get out of here. We cannot afford Ryan.
And after you see Pikachu, go see Endgame, because that movie needs to pass Avatar.
It does. It's kind of lacking. It's kind of lacking these last few days.
Well, it's after the initial.
It's three hours long.
It's going to be in theaters for what, the next 6 months? If you think they're going to hold it in there that long?
At least until Spider-Man.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, it'll probably go a month after Spider-Man, just because that's what they did with Captain Marvel. I mean, Captain Marvel made a decent amount of money when Endgame came out.
Still in theaters?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's like last week or the week before it was
Is it
number
treading
2.
water?
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, people were like, oh, it's the one before. Might as well see it right before we see Endgame. So.
Yeah. Oh, duh. Matt went to bed.
Yeah, he needed to get his.
He's got some adult things to do tomorrow, so he needs his rest.
Being a lame adult, going to bed on time.
God, if I didn't have a day job anymore, that'd be swell.
It would be.
Future goals.
Yeah,
But we'll do what we always do and try to go in order of when things happen. But inevitably, we are going to jump all over the place. So be aware of that, guys.
Hey, we're still feeling out the
Format
of the podcast. So
but anyway,
we'll do our best.
Matt and I saw it together. You saw it a little earlier.
I did. I saw it around 3 o'clock.
And we were a little late. We came in right as... what was his name?
The main kid?
Yes.
Justice Smith? We just say
Was
Justice
it
Smith.
Josh? Tim.
Tim Goodman.
Tim.
Very average name.
I think that's a crime in script writing, first off.
If you can't remember
I
your
remember the
main
father's
character.
name, Harry.
Harry
was
Goodman.
easy.
Because it's like, oh, we got to find Harry. Where's Harry?
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah, they say his name a
They
lot
never
more.
say Tim.
Yeah.
Like,
They say-
Pikachu never says Tim. He says Bud or Sport or,
Did you just call me partner?
Exactly, partner. Did you just call me partner? That's cute. That was a
They,
heartwarming moment.
We walked in when Tim was trying to catch the Cubone. And then, but...
Well,
we thought that was the beginning.
Yeah, you guys thought it was, but
They went right out of the gate.
being me, I have to stay like 5 minutes before the trailers start because I have anxiety.
That's my perfect time. I like being there before.
Yeah.
Andrew likes showing up during the previews.
Yeah, exactly. As
you
long
stop
as you
doing
like, that's the
I
thing.
think Matt's the same way as well.
I always want to catch. I guess it depends what movie I see, but like in terms of this, I think I could have missed the trailers since what they advertised before Detective
Right.
Pikachu is not in my lane, especially since this is a kids movie, and it kind of is a kids movie. Technical
It's their main
standpoint.
market.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of smart because you want to get in the kids. You already got your 20s, late teens.
Yeah, those
fans.
tickets are already sold.
Exactly.
It does kind of suck that there's not that many toy and kid companies out there that have to keep introducing a new market. They find their market, they stick with it, and then it dies. Pokemon keeps finding a new audience, and they keep having to do that.
Which is pretty amazing how long it's been. It's crazy.
I know there's a sense of burnout because you haven't played many games.
No, I used to a long time ago. Baby Connor
back in the prime.
Pokemon, yes, exactly. A little baby kid Connor loved it.
I've played a handful of them, a good chunk. I played not the latest, but the second latest generation. Okay. I just got Let's Go. Played that for a while. I still need to beat it. I'll finish it. It just sucks that they have so many remakes of certain generations.
I never played the
Gen 3 all the way,
Pokemon
though. The best.
Go?
Yeah, Let's Go. Oh, no, the phone game, duh.
The phone game. I never played that. Never bought into the hype.
It's hard because I don't like leaving my house.
That, and I remember it drained your battery. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I love that it broke a ton of records. That's great.
It led to some deaths. Had to sacrifice. Lots of memes.
You know what? For things to get better, a few things have to be sacrificed.
Exactly.
And if we have to...
People were obsessed with that whenever it came out because it was the perfect market. You had all those kids that grew up with Pokemon, the original Pokemon, and they now have smartphones. This was like the peak of smartphones
and just the idea of seeing a Pokemon in front of you in real life
and like being able to catch it, like it was a really cool idea. Just never bought into the hype,
and it's still got a decent live audience membership. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but a lot of active players and good. That's good. I don't know what generation they're on. It's weird because they started with the original generation.
Was it original
150
51 or 150? Yeah,
I think the original 151 minus.
Okay,
which is 5.
I can't remember the exact number. 146. Yeah, I used to be going back in time. I used to be
the Wayback Machine.
Yes, I used to be really, really addicted to Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, me and my best friend would collect them, and then I would back in the Game Boy Advance days because I played the crap out of my Game Boy Advance.
Did you have the OG landscape?
I had the black. This.
Hell yeah.
Never got the thing that's SP.
That's when I got in on it.
I was really jealous of kids that had the SP because it was brighter. Like
it had the backlight.
Yes, it was so nice to see what the heck you're playing.
Oh no, fuck! I did have one of those because I remember it. The little plug swirled up, little light that went over it. I had one of those magnifying glasses over it too.
Yeah.
It's so weird the idea of peripherals for a handheld system because the DS doesn't have anything because it's all built in.
Yep.
Or could you imagine buying something for a PlayStation or an Xbox?
Exactly. Yeah.
Enhance what should already be there.
Yeah, like that was back when technology, they're just like whatever they have at the time, that's what they got, and then they slowly
put as much in the box as you can. We'll sell more later.
Exactly. Yep. So played the original. I had yellow. This was the big cartridge, not even a little big.
Classic yellow.
Classic Game Boy cartridges. The yellow.
Was that the highest selling one, or is it red? I can't remember. Yellow's up there.
It was yellow, red,
with
blue.
Pikachu doing his little zappy.
I had yellow. I had red with Charizard, and then I had the training.
Team Blastoise all the way.
I wish I had blue, but every time I would look for it, it was just crazy.
I'm still salty that Leaf Green and Fire Red were the only remakes. They didn't do Water Blue.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never played Green or Red, the newer ones. Like I think that was the one after
the remake.
Yep.
It's weird because
never played
Red,
those.
Fire Red, and then Let's Go. That's 3 games about the same game. Same story.
Exactly. And that's what I like about it. It's just like barely different. It's like mainly the same formula. Thing. Exactly, and
it's weird that there's no fatigue, staleness.
Exactly,
there's a little bit, but
I remember playing like the crap out of those games, like all the time. So
and there's such a formula. Even with the Pokemon you get your starters, the same type. You get the normal Pokemon at the beginning. You always have your flying one. You always have your normal regular ones. You have the gyms switch up a little bit, but it's still like the same formula all throughout. Like you get the ice ones later on. It's so weird.
There's always an adventure, and you're always looking to explore new areas and find new Pokemon, and catch the ones that you really want. And then there's just the beauty of the game, you know. That's what drew me to it so much, and it's amazing that I haven't really loved it as much as I used to. I guess I just like got to a point where I loved it, you know, so much. I'm like, okay, I need to.
It does suck
take
that
a break.
it's such a childish thing.
It is, and that's probably what my mindset was like leading into middle school. I was like, okay, because I had a ton of cards like that, like football
still have
cards.
them?
No, I gave them away to kids that.
Oh, you sweetheart!
I went to a daycare growing up for a long time, and I
All
was
right,
leaving
take it back,
I was leaving the
motherfucking sweetheart.
I know.
Get out of here.
You asshole. Yeah, you got to listen to what I'm going to say.
I swear to God, if you tell me they have cancer.
No, nothing like that. So I was at the daycare growing up. Shout out to Kids Are Kids, Buford. And it's no longer there anymore, but RIP. But I was there for 8 years growing up, from like infants to 4th grade, all the way through there. And I like really good friends with these younger kids, like not too young, like a couple years or whatever. And they were really into Pokemon as well. And that was like at the peak of my, maybe I need to stop playing this, you know, it's too
Kinda like
childish.
a catharsis almost.
Exactly. So I was like, you know, I'm going to split the deck evenly and give it to each one because they're
Such a nice
brothers.
guy.
They're brothers. And that was my like going away gift because I was leaving. And I like started doing like babysitting, like going to like a friend's house and going after school there. So yeah,
God,
that was
goddamn sweetheart.
I know, but I still have my Game Boy games, so
Couldn't
I was
give it all away.
I know. I'm definitely not giving up my nostalgia. That's nostalgia is my Game Boy, and how it still works is amazing to me. But I was actually thinking about playing them like a couple months ago. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling Pokemon. I want to play that again.
They're always something you can come back to. That's what I love about just the Game Boy generation, because like I could take my Switch places and whatnot, but the idea of just taking this little thing, popping a game and turning the on switch on, you're in it already.
Yep.
And it's just
It's the beauty of old handheld
even though on the
devices.
Switch you can put it to sleep, put it in your pocket, come back to it later.
Yeah.
Game Boy, turn it off. You got to restart your last save or whatnot.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Switch.
I think it's just perfect. Like it was just perfect pocket size.
Exactly, like perfect size, and had a decent battery life. Like I remember, like I played it everywhere. Like I took it, going to the store, leave it in the car, play it in the car. You know, go to like the doctor's, play it there, and it had a really good battery life from what I remember. Like I don't remember having to switch out batteries that often, or like I guess I
forgot they were batteries.
2 AA.
I'm spoiled with the SP.
Yeah,
It was all chargeable,
Really?
rechargeable. Yep.
Wow, you bastard.
I had the little.
Wow.
Well, they both had lights on them.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't know that, really.
Yeah.
It was just rechargeable.
That's
There's
why
no
it was-
batteries.
Nope.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance had 2 AA's.
The Game Boy Special Advanced. I think that's what the SP stands for.
Special.
Special.
Just the first 2 letters of special. That's
I
really
believe so.
interesting. I thought that'd be an acronym for something.
Right. No, they started doing acronyms when they got to the DS, the dual screen.
Yeah. But anyway, we're
Or
going
it
off
could have
on,
been split.
going off
Yeah,
on a
we're-
tangent here
we're
with
talking about
our
video games.
Pokemon
But
nostalgia.
it's nice because, like we said earlier, it's not the first great video game movie. It's the
it's
first
a step in the right
good.
direction.
Yeah,
It's a good
this
step
is
off
what you
movie.
this is your model now. Our first good, solid,
Yeah, like,
good. I don't think there's anyone out there that could say this is a terrible video game movie.
You'll get those
Assholes.
Like I felt like an asshole when I gave it a negative review, but I can't say that
Yours
it
wasn't
was
negative.
I can't say
I
that
think
it
a
was.
C is totally fine.
I can't say it was like terrible movie. It's definitely
Right.
not a terrible
It's
movie.
not offensive
It's just
to the
not
fan base.
great. You know, we're still waiting for greatness.
I
and
think if it wasn't aimed as close to kids as it is,
it was just a little kitty. It's a little fluffy. It's a pretty fluffy.
it was
movie.
fluffy. That's a good word
It's
for
a
it.
good fluffy movie.
There's too much fluff in it.
Even
God
Ryan
damn it.
Reynolds, I'm
Wet
like
Pikachu. Fucking
everything.
adorable.
I remember in my theater, we're watching it, and he goes into the room, and you see him scuttle around the room or whatever, and he peeks his little head out. I think it was in the trailer.
That
He
very
peeks his
first
little head
trailer,
out. Some girl goes, "Aww," like really loud. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what that shot's there for. You got to get those awns.
Fucking eyes, dude.
And pretty much all the Pokemon was like that too. There's at least someone that goes, "Oh, that's pretty cute." You know, this is a cute movie.
What? I feel like there's one I was just like, this is fucking disgusting.
Was it the one with the tongue?
Yeah, Lickitung was pretty. It would have been fine if they didn't. I want to know how they did it when he licked it, and then they started putting.
It's
Maybe
probably
they had
just
like a hand on his face, like with the
a
goop.
green guy.
Yeah,
doing this. Yeah, probably.
that I didn't need that,
You didn't like that,
but it was
Nah,
fine.
I'm
It was more of a
cheap
just disgusting,
humor. Yeah.
but it didn't
Body
humor. Lower the
Yeah,
It
gotta
was
get that.
fine, and also, whose fucking Lickitung is that? Watch your goddamn Pokemon.
Exactly. He's like, whose Lickitung is this?
Nobody's-
And everyone's like tending to their train things. And he's like, all right, thanks, Lickitung.
I guess it was a callback. Could have been a callback to I think it was the first seasons of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think Team Rocket had a Lickitung,
I think I did.
and then I think it was Jesse's, and it just did whatever it wanted.
Yeah.
I think that was the first season.
I'm sure there's
First-
very subtle
few.
callbacks to everything, but it's been so long
Like
since
the
I've
R.
watched everything.
the R-Gas.
Mm-hmm.
That had just to be Team Rocket, and he
Oh, it
stood
has
for
to
Team
be.
Rocket.
Yeah, I was waiting for.
Their most iconic evil group.
I was waiting for when the show's the R. I was either waiting for it to be a symbol of something, or if it spelled out something, like if those different gases or something. But yeah, I didn't actually notice that. Team Rocket.
What's R on the periodic table? Is it radon? Radion?
No idea. Not a chemistry
I
guy.
could not tell you last time I saw a periodic table.
High school was. I could tell you what my last time was
Hey,
sophomore year.
Were you not in biology this semester?
No, that was Andrew.
Stage.
Yeah, I'm taking astronomy next semester, so it should be exciting.
You'll probably see a periodic table
Maybe.
at some point because
I
they'll be
hope
talking
it
about
wasn't.
different
Yeah, like there's a
metal.
lot of different stuff in astronomy in terms
Yeah.
of science. But anyway,
Astronomy's awesome.
yeah,
That'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to astronomy. So we shall see.
Back to Planet Pikachu, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, Team Rocket would have been super dope. That was one of our biggest gripes. There's no
There's no
connection to.
There's no
games.
Yeah, exactly. There's
to
no
anime.
like major callbacks, like
Yeah.
a person
Mhm.
or just trainers in general.
I think it would have really helped if one of us played the game because Rhyme City is where Detective Pikachu takes place.
Okay.
The game. That's all I know about
You're
it.
saying if one of us played the Detective Pikachu game?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we would know a little bit.
Probably.
At the credit sequence, I would like to believe those were the actual characters in the game, like the artsy version of it,
Mhm.
in the style, but that could easily
Okay.
just be
Yeah.
an artist rendition to
I
make it
thought
look like that.
The credit sequence was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
That's
oh,
a dying art. People need to focus on. I think it's just because they're not appreciated that much.
of just
The
like
first
the credits.
the credit sequence,
Yeah.
the artsy ones.
Well, like the Marvel pretty much kicked that off,
Mm-hmm.
if I can remember correctly. Like they're trendsetters
Mm-hmm.
and everything, even post credits.
Lego Movie 2 was by far like the best
Oh,
one
yeah.
I've seen.
Even
recently.
the first Lego movie was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved the post credit scene.
They went out of their way, and then Endgame. That was just right in the gut seeing that.
Dude, that was one for the fans, and I loved it. I loved what they did with
So good.
Anyway, going back to Pokemon. So the film opens up.
That's where we started.
Yeah, you guys came in late,
Mm-hmm.
but this is spoiler talk.
Yeah, we're safe. We're safe.
Yeah, we're safe.
Last
Safe-
warning: get out of
safe
here, guys,
zone.
if you have not.
Please go see the movie before you watch the damn podcast or listen to it. But anyway, so the film actually opens up with a surprising reveal of Mewtwo very, 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 very early.
That's so weird.
I was like, I'm sure you would have been startled by it since you didn't see it. I was like, oh my god, they're already because I wasn't sure. Like he ends up being the villain
Right.
for most of the film, and I'm like, wow, they're really
It jumps
going
back and forth on who's the villain a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's keep you on the edge of your seat,
And it calls back to the movie that you think Mewtwo's the villain.
Exactly. So it opens up with Mewtwo at the facility that they cut back to 1,000 times in the movie with flashbacks and weird, spacious. What was it called? Like virtual reality,
Oh, the
augmented reality,
AR.
whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, that was kind of trippy.
with the hologram.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I guess holograms are just a form of augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought about it that way.
Yeah, there you go.
We're so close. We're gonna get there.
We're getting there. It seems like
I'll never have to leave my house. Thank God.
you can work from home. But it opens up with the facility. Mewtwo goes apeshit on some people, on the poor laboratory workers. We see...
Was it confirmed that it's Rita Ora? as the
I guess
doctor.
But I don't think I didn't notice her at first, but every time we cut to a damn flashback, it's like her explaining to us.
You know it's somebody famous, but you don't know who.
Exactly. Well, I didn't know it was Rita Ora until we just looked at the damn
same. I just
credits.
knew it was someone famous that I couldn't think
exactly.
of.
But he like blows up his little tank.
Yep.
And then you see a car. They pan out outside of the building. You see a car whiz away, escaping like what they know is going to be really bad shit, leaving back at the laboratory. And then Mewtwo, like, pretty much just destroys everything. And then he flies out of the damn facility. And then
we don't see him do the little tractor beam thing at that part yet.
No, not yet. And, he's going to go chase down the car.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah. And that's what so we're like, oh, man, who's in the car? We don't know who's in the car. And you would think it'd take like 2 seconds to get to the car, but obviously, like, they need to get the car to enough distance from Mewtwo for him to draw out the scene. But anyway,
even the Mewtwo can fly almost instantaneously.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
The car is.
Just editing gripes, in my opinion. But anyway, so he eventually catches up to the car.
The editing was off in this movie.
He gets to the car
again. Kids movie.
It is what it is.
Sense.
It's going to be a safe movie. It's going to be, run of the mill.
It's just so weird that, like, I feel like this movie is so much better because we didn't see that first scene. If they took that first scene off, it makes the movie that much better. Because
so did you feel whenever you walked in on the him catching the?
I thought that was the intro.
Would you think that would have been a good start?
Maybe if it just started with the
a good opening scene,
two of them, which
like just
first off, seeing Dopinder again.
I know it's
Do you
really
think he's
odd.
going to be in every Ryan Reynolds movie now?
Are they good friends? I feel like they probably are because he's such a.
Has he been in anything? Just that guy? That's not Ryan Reynolds related.
Probably small things. Probably small things. Especially Deadpool
cool.
is definitely going to help him out.
But if it started with those two talking and walking up, I thought that was perfect. Shows that he's not quite fit to be a trainer just yet. He's a little awkward and whatnot.
That and he's like, I don't know if I want to do this training.
If anything, it would have been a little weird getting the phone call and just like.
It's like, hey, man, your dad's dead. That would have been a total bummer to start out with.
There was so much talking to the audience that was so unnecessary.
Just exposition is good. Exposition is a good time.
Kids movie. A lot of kids. There's a lot of stupid kids out there that don't understand.
There's a lot of stupid adults
say.
out there. Yeah, especially.
Oh my
especially
God.
The people that are coming to see Detective Pikachu. Honestly, there's some people in the crowd that are like, "Oh, I think this is what is going to happen." I'm like,
we get to the end. It's like,
wait, like we all know it's going to happen.
That's like Mewtwo.
Oh my God, I know that Pokemon. I got a lot of that. Oh my God, I think I know that Pokemon.
Honestly, yeah.
A lot of whispers. I'm like, okay, we get it. You know the Pokemon.
Out of the way. My biggest problem with the movie, they took 50 Pokemon, put them in a group, put them in the movie, and that's all the Pokemon they used.
Yeah. I was upset. One of my biggest gripes is that they didn't stick to the original 150.
Yeah, or if anything, that's the safe choice.
At least the Phase 2 Pokemon. Because, that's...
Yeah.
Because one of my biggest problems with Pokemon, as it was going along...
it's hard to keep up.
Yes, there's a lot of new Pokemon. A lot of them aren't as creative or memorable, and it just feels like really lazy. And I'm like, they don't need to keep creating. I mean, they do.
Right.
They do because they need to keep it fresh.
But it sucks because when they make a new generation, they don't just do that generation, which is the only game that had that was Gen 1.
Yeah.
If they made a new generation and made it just that
would have been a better idea.
But that's if they just focused on
you can't keep
one.
Pikachu out. You can't keep Charizard out. You can't keep Squirtle out. You can't keep Bulbasaur out. Like
people want
Eevee, Onyx, the
flagship.
Yeah, exactly.
So weird.
They're not going to keep that out. That's the problem with that.
If they were bold enough to do that, it'd be great. Maybe they could do it for Let's Go.
Yeah.
Because Let's Go, it feels like it's going to be its own series. They got to do Gen 2 next. And if they just focus on Gen 2, that's perfect. If you want to play the other games where everyone's in it,
yeah, exactly.
Go play those games.
Yeah. Oh. So that was my biggest
Nintendo,
gripe.
hire me.
We need to be on more creative boards. Well, we were talking about this earlier. We need to be.
Could that just be a job of just creative?
We just hop from things that we know well enough and have ideas for.
If you could just give me like $3,000 a month, I could live off of that.
To just spitball ideas
Yeah.
and hopefully you guys like them.
You guys are billionaires.
I'm sure that's an idea. I'm sure
Yeah.
they got just like interns like, hey, what you got, kid?
Yeah.
You read comics.
God, just
You
like
play Pokemon.
the intern girl in the movie.
Yeah. God. All right, we will get to her. Not as bad as the movie went on, but probably like the worst introduction of a main character I've ever seen in my life.
Her writing was just bad.
Yeah, I mean, it stems a lot to writing and directing.
The actress tried it as good as she could.
Directing in general, but
Got so many, like, I'm edgy vibes.
she's like, I'm a news person. I'm a journalist.
This is what journalisms do, right? Journalists do.
We make you uncomfortable if we need news from you.
I have my Psyduck
information.
spy on you.
Exactly.
Oh my god, Psyduck stole the show.
Psyduck, very good moments. I don't know about stealing the show because I feel Ryan Reynolds obviously stole the show. But
he
in
was
terms
a
of
sleeper.
side characters, I feel
He was more interesting than the humans.
everything Pokemon was more interesting, whatever, than the humans did. So
There was the CGI was great. Oddly
better
enough,
than I thought it would be. Yeah.
you had one shot with the birds.
Yeah, I think it's Pidgeotty. They were
One of
flying.
the
It was like a
Pidgeys.
flock of Pidgeoties.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that sticks out like a sore thumb. There was a couple here and there.
The
There
one
were
that-
some that were like really, really good.
Yeah.
And some that I'm like, wow, that's really, really
I think
bad.
it was the really far away ones. The one that got me was the Snorlax and the Machamp.
Those were the bad ones.
Yeah, because we saw the shot on the ground, and then we had this weird.
Machamp was funny
angle
because
one.
he's doing traffic.
Yeah.
But Snorlax is just, I mean, it's
he's
funny.
small. He's very small.
Machamp?
Snorlax?
Or
No, Snorlax. Snorlax
Yeah,
is
he
supposed
should
to be
be
very big, like
gigantic.
blocking the road big.
gigantic bear thing. So,
but
but
the
Snorlax was
true to
just there.
character, he was. Didn't
Yeah,
move.
he's just in the way, and that's just like the games. He's in your way. You
Yeah.
gotta find the flute to get him to wake
the
up.
fucking flute.
Oh my god, I remember spending so damn long fighting the
And
damn
you have to
figuring
chill
out
in
the flute.
Lavender Town before you
Yep.
can get to it with the creepy ass music.
I just miss music and games like that, like retro games. Like they
Did
spend
you-
so much time on the music, and it's amazing. I really love
Did
it.
you like the theme at the credits?
Yes, I
That
did.
was-
Everything
that was
credits was
fantastic.
cool. So, in terms of score in general, no, not very good. Very bland.
It's safe.
There was good moments.
Yeah.
And that's like,
Like,
it was like kind of all over the place, honestly. They
even
didn't know
the
what to
blandest
do.
movies out there have a decent.
Yeah,
soundtrack.
It doesn't hurt to have a good score. Let's see who the music. Henry Jackman. I'm calling you out, Henry Jackman.
Little
Hugh Jackman's
lesser
cousin.
known brother, cousin.
He did the music for.
Who directed this?
That was going to be another point I was going to get at. This director kind of sucks. Rob
no.
Rob Letterman. He has not made good movies.
Didn't he write it too?
Yes, he did. Wait, there's like 5 writers, but he did help write it. All right, this is his filmography. Los Gringos, it was a short film. Shark Tale, directorial debut. Shark Tale's okay.
That says everything.
Monsters vs. Aliens. Gulliver's Travels with
Oh, yeah.
Jack Black. Not a good movie. Oh, yeah. And then Goosebumps with Jack Black. The first one. And then
Underrated.
Pikachu.
Not as
I haven't seen it.
It's
I've
a
heard
sleeper.
I've heard decent things, but I'm like,
It's-
I don't need to see a Jack Black kids
It's a good movie. It's a great kids movie.
Yes.
It's decent.
As long as it's not dumb.
And it's Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black's fun. So, But yeah, that's his filmography. So nothing really amazing.
Shark
There's
Tale
a lot of Shark Tale fans. I understand that.
is
And Reg,
a
you need to
hot
watch.
mess.
You need to watch that movie again.
I just still
The
can't.
CGI is, or the animation.
I just still can't believe that
horrendously
that's
bad.
Martin Scorsese's one and only voice acting role.
Score Cheezel. Score Cheezel.
He's like, nah, this isn't for me, dog.
Dude. I remember and
I loved
can't-
Shark Tale as a kid. It's
I mean, I did
fine.
too,
It's
and
a fine
then
kids
you
movie.
think about how bad it is in
Yeah.
retrospect. You love it as a kid because you're a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that. But anyway, yeah. So he really hasn't directed anything amazing.
It's weird that he got the movie.
It is weird. I wonder if
Wonder who
Goosebumps is Warner Brothers.
Why can't we just give that movie to James Gunn or somebody?
I don't know about
Could
James
you
Gunn.
imagine if James Gunn had the keys to the Pokemon
He
movie?
could not do a PG movie, James Gunn. They're definitely going for kiddie. That's probably why they hired Rob Letterman, because he's a very kiddie director. Goosebumps, Monsters
Nintendo
vs.
just
Aliens.
It's weird. I want to know how much studio interference there was. Studio
this movie?
and game studio interference.
Do you think the Pokemon people had a lot to do with this movie?
It's weird because I don't know if Game Freak would have had more pull as the Pokemon company, and then Game Freak is owned by Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Nintendo stepped in and was like, I don't know. I feel like if anything, Warner Brothers had more pull because they're
Warner Brothers has always been
the experts in movies, whereas they just want. Can we just have Pikachu in 90% of the movie? Like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we need. We're paying Ryan Reynolds a lot of money, and we need him to say every funny line. So we need you guys to get onto that.
Also, I don't think I've told you this. One small detail. It doesn't make sense that Pikachu says.
Pikachu. Continue.
Put that in the bank. He says.
For now, we are going as Pokemon Detective Pikachu for the rest of the podcast.
God damn it.
All right, keep going. Pointing it.
He says Caliente Fiesta.
Yes.
Which
he says, oh, it's French. It's Caliente Fiesta.
And we get this joke, but this is in the Pokemon world.
Yes.
We don't have Spain, Mexico, France.
Exactly. This is not Japan. This is its own world, you know.
So as far as we know, they don't have Earth languages. So they wouldn't have Spanish.
English, yeah. Oh, you mean like your Romance languages, yeah.
So that was just picking at my logistic side of my brain.
You're like, this does not make any sense. That joke sucks.
But out of all of them, the most unrealistic thing about this movie is how you can have this yellow mouse in front of your face at a bar and not just want to...
Well, that's the thing. They're so accustomed to it, you know. Like, Pokemon are just always... Like, that was kind of the weird thing, too. Obviously, Pokemon would be so ingrained in society, in this society, but there were so many of them. And, like, the city, I'm like, oh, my God, there's so many Pokemon. I'm like, good God. Like, I understand that it's part of the world.
Yeah.
But in terms of just how the massive amounts of Pokemon, I was kind of like, wow, there's a lot in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It kind of makes sense that there was a small sample size, too, because, like, you think about it, like, not everyone has that rare breed of dog. There's always your main ones. You got your Golden Retrievers, you got German Shepherds and whatnot.
Your Terriers,
so you got your common ones.
Like that, yeah.
You have a million Growlithe's and Arcanines, and you only have one Pikachu.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let it slide, movie.
It was kind of odd, the choices of the Pokemon that they use in this movie. There
think
was some Pokemon I didn't even recognize.
And I think it did make sense at some point. They had a few originals. I think they took more of the original, and then they handpicked a few from each generation. So they could pick the Gen 2 fans, the Gen 5 fans.
That's what I was going to say. They just have so many fans across the board. Like, you're going to grow up with this one, you're going to grow up with that one.
Exactly.
You know?
I definitely recognized all of them, but I couldn't put names to all of them.
Yeah.
I've seen them before.
The ones where they're like little flower things, and they like little hop around. And it's whenever
with the mushrooms.
Yeah, it's whenever Pikachu gets hurt, and he's on like the log.
I also missed that. I saw the rock, but I never saw the rock hit him.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because it lands, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?" They're like, "Oh no, Pikachu's hurt," and you're like, "We didn't."
I wonder if that was studio interference.
Probably like, PG.
Pikachu's not getting hit with the rock.
Pikachu can't fucking get killed by a rock. They gotta cut that off screen.
It can be implied that he got hit by a rock, but we can't show.
Yeah, and he gets hit like the torso.
Yeah,
it's like a really weird spot. Like, shouldn't he like get hit and then like
totally forgot
fall
about
off
that.
the ledge? You know.
And it looked like a big rock, but it was actually just like a little.
It fell from a good distance.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't he have gotten crushed? Whatever.
I also really
happen.
liked. There were these little. You saw like they're little mushroom guys.
I didn't know what those were.
And then it was the latest generation. That's when I
really
played the Hawaii themed one.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Also, side note, I do love how all games are themed around a certain place.
Yes.
Like one was Paris, one was Hawaii. The next one's on England.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
They're new ideas. They gotta make it fresh. You know.
There are these little flowers on like the rocks that were just all over the rocks.
Yes.
Those are Pokemon too.
Really?
Weirdly enough, I think they're supposed to be like a lot bigger.
Yeah.
A lot of people were happy that with Charizard's size because that was actually like cannon size and Pikachu size. But it's weird that they picked cannon size for some Pokemon,
like
not others.
Snorlax, for example.
Snorlax and the little yellow guys, the yellow spider guys. They were like climbing on the wires at some point.
Okay.
I think we only saw them twice.
Okay.
But like they were like this big.
It's hard to remember all of them because there's so many damn
There's so
Pokemon,
many.
like, not like introduced to us or anything, but in the background, like when they're walking through the city.
And it's like another problem with the movie. Well,
Lots of
back to that. They're supposed to be like that big.
Okay.
Sorry, they're like cantaloupe size in the movie when they're supposed to be like minuscule.
Okay. Yeah.
But in a movie, you have camera direction. You want for the eyes of the audience to follow.
Yes.
It sucks in a movie like this, or like Ready Player One, where you have the eye follow something.
Don't curse on this podcast.
You didn't like Ready Player One?
Fuck that movie.
Ooh, we're gonna talk about that one day.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
We'll
I just
have like a Spielberg.
I have a
marathon.
friend that loves that movie.
That's the thing.
It's because he loved the book. To be fair,
That's
I just
fair.
punched
And
the mic.
then it's just not for me. And I won't go off on a Ready Player One tangent. That'll be another day. But
you could agree. There's just so much to look on the screen.
too much crap
it's
on the
so
screen.
hard to
Yeah.
pay attention to
that's what I was saying. I was
anything
like,
going on.
I can't be satisfied with what I'm seeing because my eyes are going all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
want to see
what's that
every
Pokemon
reference. Yeah,
even like they have shadows like in the distance of like
Mm-hmm.
so many more Pokemon, and you're like why even take the time to put in the effort and to
sucks.
just like
to be
okay.
detailed.
It's for when you go back home and you want to go frame by frame and you want to see all the damn Pokemon.
It's something that I don't hate being there.
It's not annoying.
I'd rather it
It's
be
just-
there than not at the same time.
Yeah,
do
I
love
think
it.
it's just to the extent because there's so many people in
Yeah.
the city too. Literally, you cannot walk. It's like New York, like in the middle of the damn day.
Which is funny. Yeah.
like, and then it's
Half
full
people,
with
half
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
and like you can't walk anywhere. You're gonna run into someone
Mm-hmm.
or something, you know. So that was just like, it was a really busy town, and I was like, okay, I wish there was
It
just-
felt lived in.
yeah, for sure.
That was a good thing
Like,
about it.
that's gonna be the town. That's in New York, you know, or L.A. You know, that's their version.
Which is so weird because I always imagined in the games that Pokemon and people live together as well. I didn't know that Rhyme City was the first one to actually have them side by side.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's nice that we had this feeling of not battling Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Because
There are some good themes brought up in terms of in the world.
animal cruelty and
Exactly. Like things you would just think about. You know, what if Pokemon were living here?
Pokemon does do a good job of hiding the fact that it basically is cockfighting.
Yeah.
Cute cockfighting, dog
Exactly.
fighting.
It's just because they're cute and they don't
And-
murder each
yeah,
other
they don't
that
die.
they
They
get
just
away with
pass
it.
out.
Unless you get hit by a rock, of course. But Onyx, we're looking at you. But
Yeah, Blastoise gets knocked out. Oh my god.
dude, he got knocked out by the
Gengar.
I'm like, that is
Gengar was ugly.
that was like a horrible upset. I'm
He
like,
was
damn, he beat a Blastoise. I'm like,
Yeah, that too.
yikes. That
But to be fair,
Blastoise
it is
sucks.
pretty meta that Gengar is pretty high in like the actual competitive side.
He was a bitch in the games, so yeah, he's
It's
terrible.
because you gotta breed them with the right IVs and EVs, and
Yep.
it's way past my pay grade. I do not play Pokemon to breed Aryan Pokemon.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
It's crazy. Out of all the Pokemon, I think Gengar's was the most atrocious to me. It's
In
just
terms
his eyes
of-
were buggy.
In terms of his design,
Yeah. But it's nice because he is a ghost, so
Yeah.
it would make sense that he's terrifying.
It's the problem of making these little creatures come to life in a realistic setting.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of, because obviously Pikachu would be the easiest one to make adorable. He's already adorable on a card or a game, let alone in real life. But
All
in
of them
terms
did a
of
good
like
job.
Charizard or something with a lot of detail, you know, with like a Blastoise or something like that. So it came off better than I thought it would.
Oh yeah.
But
They
I
did a
think-
good job.
I think they could have done it a little bit more in terms
I think
of
they even-
perfection.
What was really cool is they hired on someone in the art department that his whole Instagram page is just realistic
remember
renditions.
that. Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love it when a fan can be brought into an actual
He
production.
did the weird Mario ones. Yeah.
I
it was
think he's
Mario.
also the author of a certain book. I can show you
Okay.
when we wrap this up. Where he just does realistic renditions of the first generation and put it in a little book. I was kind of hoping they would do every generation like that. I believe it's the same guy that does it.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
It's cool to see, you know, artists like that
Mm-hmm.
has his own flair or his
Yeah.
vision come to life and get a freaking big paycheck for it.
Yeah.
So it's good for him. I'm proud of, you know, smaller artists.
It's
that,
kind of a bigger thing that's happening too,
like in the Reddit world,
because,
or 4chan or something.
You heard of Sonic Mania? That was started by just a passionate fan that made his own game, and then Sega saw it and was like, "Hey, you want to work for us?"
Yeah.
And then he helped make Sonic Mania.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's amazing.
And then meanwhile, Nintendo sees something, they're like, "Here's a cease and desist."
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. You
That's
went a
the
little. You went a little too far on this. We are gonna come for your paycheck.
Have you heard of what happened with Metroid 2? There was a fan. I think it was Metroid 2. Someone remade Metroid 2, and then Nintendo was like, "You need to stop that." And then a year later, Nintendo dropped their remake of Metroid 2. And I was like, "Damn!
Wow!
All right, this guy was ahead of the game."
Yeah.
And granted, Nintendo's version was bigger in 3D, while his was just like, it looked like Super Metroid, Super Nintendo look and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's really funny how coincidences like that happen.
Yeah. That's the problem with.
But they were publicized for shutting down Pokemon Uranium. I think it's like the biggest Pokemon fan-made game.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's definitely got to be the biggest one.
It's the problem with big companies like that. They're gonna come for the smaller. It's like
But that's the thing. They're just
big fish.
They're not
to little
asking for
fish.
money.
Yeah.
They are using.
Yeah,
your property.
they're appreciating, the original.
And I get it. You are in the right. It is your property. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want, but just let them have fun with it.
As long as they're
You know?
not making money off of it, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they'll find a way through everything. That's just big companies in general. So
It sucks that Nintendo's falling out of it, but they are very old school Japanese way about going about their business.
yep, that's just a cultural thing. So
But they're understanding to be a little free with their stuff.
of course.
It just takes some time. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit. We got this and we got a Mario movie coming out. I think they're being a little too open with their stuff.
Either that or just they
believe
could get a good chunk of money out of it. That's just what they're hoping for. So.
Print more money with their merchandise.
Exactly.
They're going to come out with a realistic Pikachu, and I'm going to buy like 5 of them.
Yeah. There you go.
Just because. The 5, so I can have one regular one, and 4 of them have different outfits on.
There you go. This is the market right here, Nintendo.
See, if they just made a Mudkip too, then I could die happy.
Perfect.
Which I swear I saw him in the trailers at some point, and he wasn't in this at all.
Really? Yeah, they might have cut stuff out. I mean, as trailers, Of course, like either they didn't like an idea of the scene.
They did a great job. Besides the whole Mewtwo thing, they did a good job with showing a lot of stuff earlier in the movie in the trailers. Because there was a lot that was like a good chunk, like with Endgame. The first 20 minutes was the majority of the movie.
Yeah, of course, they throw the curveball out. That was one thing I wish I could have been on the podcast for, because I called it whenever they were like, whenever the movie was coming out, Endgame that is. And they kept pushing it's only the first 30 minutes, it's only the first 20 minutes or whatever. I was like, we're only taking their word for it. What if it isn't the first 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I kept thinking that. I'm like, nah, I'll trust them. But then, like, we get the Thanos fight, and that's literally the climax, near the climax of the movie. And I'm like, wow, they kind of played us. Look at that. Yeah. That's why I was so shocked about the Thanos getting killed. To be fair,
a majority of the trailers were the first 20 minutes.
Yes. Well, like, obviously a large chunk, but I'm saying, like,
there's no way that Thanos
the shot of Thanos sitting down and then the main 3 coming into frame. Yeah. That's like the end of the movie.
Yeah, because I think Andrew and I had an argument where we were just like, there's no way that Thanos with his sword is the first 20 minutes. That's crazy.
That's why I was thinking, like, are they going to get defeated again? That was my thought.
I think that was supposed to be like when we thought Captain Marvel would come in and be humbled and whatnot.
Yeah, get some humble pie.
Yeah, she got some.
Well, anyway.
And so did Pikachu. Got some humble pie.
He does. He was kind of helpless through most of the movie. It was kind of unfortunate. But it makes sense in terms of the twist. It all wraps up in a nice bow. So maybe, go back watching and you're like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And it's nice that some of the moves had, like, actual game logic to it. Like Volt Tackle, he can't use all the time because it's powerful and drains
exactly.
him. He's so freaking adorable.
And he, like, Justice Smith, whatever, Tim, runs to all of his different moves because, he grows up as wanting to be a Pokemon trainer.
I feel like that it was very lazy how he just threw off being a trainer. If he was passionate enough to know all the moves and he's like, I can't catch a beat.
What was his reasoning? I think he said it. What was his reasoning not to go into that field?
I
guess he was like, maybe it's like just not realistic or something like that.
I was too shook when I got there. I was still like settling in. I was like, shit, we missed some.
Yeah, because he was saying it to Dopinder. And like his backstory pretty much, of course. But he was like, yeah, no, I'm just like working at an accounting firm or insurance. I'm working in insurance. Yeah. So I'm like, that's such a contrast as a Pokemon trainer.
We were led to believe he was going to be a cop from the trailers.
Justice Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
At least from the first trailer, it seemed like he was going to be a cop because he had like fancy clothes on, had the tie.
Yeah, he had the shirt and the tie.
And then he had his gun stapler.
His eye.
He said, "You're just like your father." He's like, "I'm not my father."
Yeah.
Yeah, I came in this movie believing he was like a deputy or something.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't that.
I kind of didn't. I guess that makes sense looking back at the trailers, how his dad was a cop or detective.
Mm-hmm. Seemed like they're going to go that route.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I thought his dad was going to be like a scientist or something. Obviously, that's like the lazy way to go. It's like, it's a scientist that's looking too deep into things, and we gotta, the bad guys.
They dove heavily in the trope of not showing the family figure. I mean, it made sense for the twist.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird.
He was getting like ham-fisted. Someone was like, just show the...
Yeah. Whenever they would do a flashback or something, they would never show the dad's face. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I was like, okay, it's going to be a reveal.
He always had the same fucking clothes on.
Yeah. He had like the trench coat.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I got to get out of here.
And the stocking cap. Because like the moment that you saw that it was like straight hair versus curly hair, I was like, oh, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Mm.
Duh.
Yeah. So anyway, we're jumping ahead to the reveal.
I kind of got it spoiled because I follow. Have you heard of the Game Theorist? Game Theory.
Yeah.
He does like film theory too. I can't tell if it was a game theory or film theory because it's a video game movie. Mm-hmm. Could be either one. And he was like, "Here's why Detective Pikachu is the father of this." I think his reasons were.
This is before the movie came out?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
I think he based a lot of it on the game too.
So is that a reveal in the game?
I don't know. Maybe.
We should have.
I feel like that was cheating. No, I don't think it was too much on that.
Yeah.
But like I went through all those points, I was like, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then it got to that, I was like, yeah, shit. All right.
Hey, you got it right. You called it. Good for him. But anyway, so going back to in chronological order, we're kind of jumping around. Oh, we got our ideas.
We started with Cubone.
Yeah, and then Mewtwo. We had the Mewtwo, and then we got Cubone. So trying to catch a Cubone. That's a cute little scene that just kind of annoyed the shit out of me.
It was nice that it came back to the Cubone, just like
it was pretty funny that
this movie was formulaic and they knew how to do their callbacks.
Formulaic, it's going to be safe. It's the first movie's always going to be safe because they're just testing the waters. They want to make sure you get an X amount of people
balls
in
to the wall, all 800.
Don't do that. I would have a headache. I would have a headache if it was that many.
If they could have done like 100 and then just like Easter eggs, like in his room.
That's what I wanted. I just wanted the original 150 because like you could already do so much. At least
do the 150.
Yeah, just stick to that, and then that would have been cool if, as they go on, like make more movies. And like maybe time passes by and new Pokemon come into play. That would have been cool because we would be like just like back in the old days, like new generations come out, new Pokemon come out. That would have been cool, but
because they even did like this whole thing where they're like in the Kanto region, Mewtwo escaped.
Yeah,
he escaped.
That one is weird. It was weird. Whenever
because you would think obviously the land creatures can't really move. The sea creatures can.
Yeah, they never really.
Or maybe it's more of like a water temperature
all we see
thing,
is a Magikarp is the only like aquatic, and then
there's
what Magikarp comes into
Gyarados, and then there's Goldeen. That's like it looks like a koi fish color. It's like pink and white, and it's got like a little horn. Yes. And then there's Seadra.
Okay.
And then Squirtle can swim too. Seadra,
but he's
like
a
seahorse.
So yeah. Okay.
I think those are the only aquatic ones.
Yeah.
Psyduck can
swim.
Swim,
but in terms of that, we don't go really towards water at all. It's mainly land.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anything, the aquatic.
And you would think the birds could just go.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're doing for most of the movie is just them shots of them flying around the city. It's pretty much.
So
I mean, they're birds. So.
the logistics of Pokemon, I think we talked about this in a reaction at one point. Of just the game that's like, oh, we found this island, or we live on this island. We went to this island. We found new Pokemon.
Yep.
So why don't we just go to all the islands and find all the Pokemon?
Are you saying this in terms of what they should have done in the movie?
No, just like the whole logistics of the game.
Oh, okay.
Because if you get to the third island, you're like, this is the second time we found new Pokemon. Let's go to all. Let's just explore everything. Instead of it being in like an order of like, new island, new island, new island. Hey, are you bored of the old one? New island.
Hey, here's a new Pokemon that you can find out.
Did you catch every Pokemon, even that one that looks like a pile of trash? Because it is a pile of trash with eyeballs on it. Okay, cool.
Oh, man.
I know people hate on that Pokemon, but like, what's Muck?
I don't even know
what's
that Pokemon
Grimer
is that you're talking
There
about.
legit is one where it's like a pile of trash with eyes.
Oh.
It's in the Hawaiian one, the most recent one.
No way I would know that. So,
But like, people that talk about like, what's Muck in Grimer? They're just piles of goop.
yeah.
I don't care about the trash with eyes.
Ditto, too. I mean, you can say the same thing about Ditto, which plays a huge part in the film.
Yeah.
As it should. I mean,
That was a
Ditto is
nice
kind of a big one.
I wasn't really.
I was like freaked out by the lady. I'm like, who the fuck is that lady?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she's just there. And then we see it.
It's weird that she was so high up on the credit list too. She was like number 3,
What was her name?
number 4. It was a familiar name. Same with Rita Ora.
Yeah, I didn't know that was
she
Rita
was an
Ora.
actress, and she said more than the Ditto girl. But yeah, it was nice seeing the eyes. That's always a funny.
Yeah. No, that was kind of creepy when they did that shit. Like,
Sorry, the face you made. I thought you like that was your reaction to the actress.
I was looking for the actress. I was like, I don't know which one she is.
And like I don't know who the dude was. The son.
No, I looked up his other films. He's literally not been in anything.
I think that's when I rolled. Like my eyes rolled into the back of my head, and I was like, "This is so obviously the villain." Kid movie trope of like yelling at intern, "Get my coffee."
Like, hey, yeah, you can't make it in this industry. You got to stick to the rules,
Oh
lady.
my god, with that sense of fashion.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. I was like, dude, that's when the movie's trying too hard to make sure that he is the villain, even though he's not the villain, really.
Yeah,
He's just a dick. And
we swapped sides at least 4 times.
in terms of
Who's the
Mewtwo,
Mewtwo and the old man.
inevitably the old man and the son.
And the dad.
And I mean, if you want to go that route, you could say during the Pokemon battle scene, the guy with Charizard, who was not Diplo, it wasn't Diplo. Diplo played the DJ.
Oh shit.
He's in the movie.
That's what sucks
I don't think
about,
he was the weird guy with that. Ryan Reynolds makes a joke.
What sucks
that
about
he doesn't
DJs
have
is
a-
like you don't really know their faces.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not.
I mean,
big
you're
in
gonna know
music scene.
Skrillex.
Oh yeah,
I
Skrillex.
mean, obviously, but I
And
mean, most DJs are just
Deadmau5, maybe.
European guys.
Yeah.
That they all look the same. They're European white guys.
And Avicii passed away a year ago, so he made moves.
R.I.P.
And he was a top dog, so it was weird. I
Yeah.
loved that the loud dreads were the music, and they were just beatboxing.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
That was pretty funny.
Then it just turned into
They're
dubstep.
clever. It was pretty clever. Like how they incorporated all of the.
Yeah.
Because you got like little Squirtles taking out fires. That was
Yeah.
cute. And then.
There was like 3 of them. Did you see like the little one that just like fell over?
No.
And he was chilling on his back.
Just like a cutesy thing.
Or how he like squirted on the ground and the guy was wiping it in the newsroom.
Yes, I saw that. I remember that. They use Squirtle a lot. There's a lot of
Yeah,
Squirtles in
Squirtle
this
had some
movie.
screen time.
Dude, water, man.
It's weird that we didn't get any in betweens. We got Charmander and Charizard.
Yeah,
Squirtle
nothing in
and
the middle.
Blastoise.
Nothing
And then we
stage
just got
1.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
No Venusaur, Ivysaur.
You got your basics and your stage 2s.
That was another problem I had with the movie. Pikachu had his normal voice at times. Psyduck had his normal voice. We got Psyduck. Bulbasaur had baby sounds.
Bulbasaur had a weird, cutesy
I
sound.
would have loved it if
It
they
made
had
like weird chirps. It's like, okay. Bulbasaur.
chirps and whines. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that. Because
And
Pikachu and
Squirtle.
Psyduck have it.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a Squirtle.
Like the raspy voice.
Yeah. Squirtle.
Or like, what's Pidgey? It's like, Pidgeot.
Yeah. There's some
So
really
good.
heinous ones, but it's like, I mean, that's what their damn sounds are. That's what
Yeah.
makes them distinct from the other Pokemon. So
Do you
I
think,
just love how they just say their names.
that's the thing.
Pika Pika.
Do they get their names from the noises they make, or do they make the
Oh
noise of their
shit, that
names?
would make sense. That's
think-
probably what it is. It's like, well, this Pokemon is saying its name like a million
If
times.
this is in real life, dog, dog, dog,
dog. Like it's like barking, but like dog.
dark, dark.
Cat. Yeah, like weird. That'd be really weird.
What is this podcast?
We're just going crazy now.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's a little late.
What?
It's past our bedtime.
Who
Hey,
put alcohol in my water?
Guys, come on, lay off on the alcohol, please.
That's fucking hilarious.
Anyway,
Those are my thoughts going into the movie. It was like, are they gonna do their anime
just keeping it
noises,
true. Keeping it
or
real.
their game noises? Because they
True.
sound atrocious in the games. It's just,
Well, okay. Yeah.
it's just atrocities on your ears.
Yeah, it's
Just because
it's
the Game Boy didn't have
don't wear headphones.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
I think it's just because Game Boys didn't have a sound chip that could process like actual. Because the game came first, so if anything,
The beauty of old.
that's OG, and then
Retro
the anime added the names to it.
Mm.
Growlithe was a high point of mine. Because I
Yeah.
just remember a scene where they're in the bar for the first time, and there's just a Growlithe sitting in a booth just acting like a dog.
Yep.
Like he's getting has his tongue out.
Yeah, isn't he
so-
with the lieutenant too? That Pokemon. Was that the right Pokemon?
with
It's been so long since.
what's the actor's name?
Kim Watanabe.
Watanabe. It was a Snubble, the pink
That's
one.
what it was?
Yeah, Growlithe is the orange tiger looking one. It has like
Right.
a white little
Right,
mohawk.
right. Yep.
We saw a lot of him, and then his evolution Arcanine, the bigger with the lion's mane type thing.
Yeah.
The dog that you can ride.
Not a lot of Jigglypuff.
Snubble was cool.
Yeah, kind of surprised.
She was.
all
he
all
was
you
in
see
trailer,
is
though.
her putting someone to sleep at the bar.
We did see her in
Do we see her again?
the second or third time at the bar. It's the same
Oh, yeah.
booth, and there's marks all over the guy's head.
Really?
Yeah,
Like someone just like.
and they were the OG symbols of just like circles and triangles.
Oh, really?
It was.
No,
it was
I
kind
did
of in
catch
the
that. I
background.
did catch that. Yep.
I think it was this when he meets the girl there, and they drop the folder and bumping the heads. Such a kid movie, man.
It's pretty lame. That's just lame.
For a kid movie,
most of
they
it.
didn't get their triumphant kiss at the end.
Thank God, because it wasn't a natural relationship.
No,
So
yeah, very
that
true.
would not have. He was mainly just a horny bastard for most of the movie, just trying to get in her
Even though
pants.
he was very annoyed with
And
her at
plus,
the beginning.
it says he's 21 years old, so it's like obviously he's trying to like get with this woman.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like 14.
How old is he actually? Like
in real
mid-20s?
life?
Yeah,
No, he looks pretty young. I would say he's like
actually 21.
23.
Damn,
So when they filmed it, he was 22 probably.
I'm going on 24. That feels like makes me feel like shit.
Yeah,
You're
probably
22.
20. I'm a baby.
What?
Yeah, I'm 20. I'm a baby.
Wow, not
98,
even of
98
age.
baby. Yeah, I know. We're almost there. November.
Almost there.
You better watch out when I turn 21.
November what?
14th.
We're all close together. I'm
What
in
are you
October, and Andrew's 3rd of November,
Yes. You're October?
Mhm.
What day?
4th. So we're still within that same month. No,
Like the only
still one month over.
4 day baby. I know. That like it's always like 14, 21 around there. It's really weird. My family is like they all have like the same days. It's really weird. It
That's
makes it
very
easy.
convenient, yeah.
It makes it easy, but I'm like it's kind of
Interesting.
odd how that works. But
The only-
anyway,
yeah.
going
Other
back
tangent.
to the story.
A nice debut for the actress. I haven't seen her in anything.
I recognize
sidekick.
Catherine Newton is her name. I recognized her in a few things. You ever see Blockers with John Cena?
No.
She's in that.
Really? One
That's
of the
what
daughters?
that's what I recognize.
Okay.
Yep. She's
She wasn't the main
Judy
daughter.
Greer's
Okay.
daughter.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to see that one. I wasn't on the movie pass train,
you
so I wasn't
know,
gonna.
you know the only reason why I watched that movie?
John Cena?
No.
Did you even see him? Sorry. Had to.
There it is.
Had to.
That's what you're looking out for. But two of my best friends are in that movie.
Really?
As extras. They have a little party scene, and literally there's a shot panning out, and one of my best friends was dating his girlfriend at the time, like dancing, and like right in the middle of the frame. It was
Those lucky bastards.
crazy. I'm like,
have you done any background acting?
nah, man. I'm too lazy to go out and just stand
a lot of
around
work,
all
yeah.
day and make $100.
It's easy money, but
It's like $100 at minimum every time. But yeah, you just got to stand around the entire day.
it would be kind of hard to organize it. But if we all like try to do one for a day,
get something
hangout.
cool. Don't be in blockers. Be in
Yeah.
something cool. I mean, Blockers is kind of a big movie.
but it would be hard for all four of us to fit into like one of those general ones.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is like three of
Plus
us get
in the
in,
same
but the fourth
scene.
one not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like what they're looking for specifically.
Yeah.
They just need like
There's only so many times where you're going to get the big crowd one.
average white males in their 20s, and then that'll be us.
Stand-ins though, that's where the real money's at.
Yeah.
Get some real good money.
There you go.
I think you make like 150, and if you get a series, then you're getting 150 a day for months.
Wow.
I've only been able to stand in once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. You do even less shit.
There you go.
Because
Just
background acting, you have to
more standing around.
act. Standing in, you legit, boom.
Yep.
Over here. All right.
Hey, wasn't that guy in the other shot? Why? How did he move around so fast?
And then you shake hands with the main actor that you're portraying. That's it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Perfect.
I don't think I met anybody famous. Because I was just standing on Darkest Minds.
Oh God.
What happened to that?
It was a bomb. That's what that was. It's got
I think
the
it made,
girl
like,
that's in everything.
Like a few $1 million, and that's it.
Manvla something is what's her name is.
I think it made like $11 million,
Oh, dude, it
and that's it.
freaking bombs. Yeah, no one went to see that.
I think it's just the marketing was terrible.
X-Men rip off. Get out of here with X-Men. Speaking of X-Men, new movie looks terrible. I'm sorry.
Dark Phoenix?
It looks so bad. I have lost all hope after Apocalypse, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
It'll be passable, probably.
Yeah. I just want to see it because of Sophie Turner and James McAvoy. And
I
Michael
just need
Fassbender.
Jennifer Lawrence to get out of.
Is that another like Natalie Portman situation? They're just done with it, and you can tell.
She has not wanted to be in another one of those movies since Days of Future Past.
Really?
And like, I guess the paycheck is too good. They keep giving her too much money for her to say no.
That's the thing, dude. Like actors they're kind of spoiled.
Yeah, especially when she wins her damn Oscar.
When
like, she's gonna think she's tough shit. Even though Michael Fassbender is 10 times better of an actor than she will ever be.
And he's killing it.
Yes, and he's like
doesn't
owning
have
Magneto. No. I think he was close to winning one for 12 Years a Slave because he's fucking maniac in that movie. But, yeah, I hope he does more work with Steve McQueen because he's really good in Shame, and then 12 Years a Slave, he's really good as well. So.
It's just crazy.
And Hunger.
I keep saying
Shout
that.
out
I think it's crazy good.
Huh?
Shout out. It's kind of a waste because like I think a lot of these casting choices are perfect with these characters.
Yeah. Like Jennifer Lawrence, she was really good in First Class.
I love First Class.
It's a really good movie. Like, it's way better than it should have been.
Definitely my favorite of the
Really? Of the new ones?
new ones.
Oh, no. Days of Future Past, man. That movie is fucking awesome. I love that movie.
I just don't like time travel in my movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So you weren't a big fan of Endgame then?
Endgame
hater.
did it interestingly because there weren't any paradoxes.
That, and we had no
was a
idea what
different
the
type
fuck
of
they were
time
going to
travel.
do coming in, and Days of Future Past.
Endgame
hopping
gets
around.
a pass.
Gets a pass.
Yeah.
Endgame.
But yeah, Days of Future's Past was nice because we got both crews.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
That, and I just really like that storyline with Peter Dinklage's character.
Yeah.
Trask. Mm-hmm. No, is it Trask? Peter Dinklage's character is his name.
Tyrion Lannister. You wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't. I know of
Are you
character.
waiting? Or are you just not interested?
It has gone on so long, and there's so many episodes that are over an hour long that I cannot bear to do
honestly,
that many hours.
You won't want to watch after season 3, so might as well just watch the first 3 seasons. You will be devastated after season 3.
Really? Ooh, spicy.
So,
I really did not like the first episode, so it didn't hook me.
Really? Because
It's like there's just too much tits and gore. I'm like, I'm bored. I'm like, this is not interesting.
that's what hooked
to
me. It was like I was gonna watch the first episode. No, because I was gonna watch
you horny boy.
First episode. I was like, I'm not gonna like this, so might as well watch the first episode.
Yeah.
When did you watch it? How old were you?
No, I literally just watched it in one of my film classes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it. It was okay.
Right.
I'd take Lord of the Rings over any of that any day.
It's just the first 4 seasons, first 5. People argue that the writing peaked at 4.
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you're only going to be so good for so long,
right.
you know.
And it's the source material. Mm-hmm. They ran out after season 5 or 6.
It's like the same thing with like Walking Dead too. I mean, you're just going to run out eventually. So
it's just the conflict in the movies is perfect. I don't know how George Martin was able to weave all that stuff in the drama, tension, all that stuff. The tits and gore drops down.
Obviously, it doesn't do that the entirety of the show.
Yeah,
but I understand why they did that in the first episode, because you're like, okay, you got to hook the male audience. Mm-hmm. It's a major hook of the male audience. But I just thought it was so distasteful to like start your series like that. In my opinion, I'm a bitch. I know. I'm sorry, but
I like actual.
I just like tasteful sexuality in films and TV shows.
But it's realistic.
If you're just I understand that too. I'm like, that's why I'm like, it's still good. Like, it's not bad.
It's so weird. There was no such thing as passionate. It was rare to have passionate sex. Back
it's just all like fucking rough and like unwanted.
Passionate sex in my Detective Pikachu podcast.
Detective Pikachu has plenty of sex, and that's what surprised me being a PG movie. But they cut away to every sex scene.
About accepting interracial relationships.
That too. That was cute, and especially in terms of his parents. And that's the thing. There's like no other. It's just like black and white.
That was just the thing. That was just like Justice Smith is.
He's very, 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 very light skinned.
But we all just jumped to the conclusion that his dad was black.
See, that's the thing. As the movie went on, I'm like,
so it's just kind of crazy.
I think his dad's white.
Ryan Reynolds? What?
Ryan Reynolds he does not look like Ryan Reynolds at all.
Ryan Reynolds doesn't. I just don't imagine him as a dad in general.
That's why I was telling you,
especially as
Matt,
a cute little mouse.
I think he might have been in here whenever I told Matt, but whenever they reveal Ryan Reynolds
in the middle of it, yeah,
like. Group of teenagers just started bursting out laughing. I'm like, for good reason. It's damn Ryan Reynolds. He's a dad. Like, it's just the thought of that.
He
it's
had
like
glasses on too, so he's looking all
he
dorky.
looks like such a dad. I'm like, okay, whatever. Pass him off as a dad.
He had his khakis. He had
he had like, he's really skinny. It's like,
I swear he's lost some weight since Deadpool. He was pretty ripped, and he was ripped for
he's just getting old
that movie
now.
We don't talk about, X-Men Origins. His first Deadpool appearance.
Yes. I think that movie gets too much hate, in my opinion. It gets hate for good reason.
It's all right.
But it's honestly not as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's just so shocking. I watching it
the first time.
Yeah, I liked it as a kid. That's probably why I give it such a pass.
And I didn't realize
I don't enjoy
Deadpool.
watching it now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't watch it anymore. I'll just hate it more.
Dude, the fucking cutting the bullet in half. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, Will.i.am. That was like peak Will.i.am, like Black Eyed Peas days. So.
Where's Gambit? Is Gambit happening?
No, that's done. That's like a.
Wasn't there just news recently that they're like Gambit's still happening?
Maybe. I mean, Disney can do whatever the fuck they want now.
If only
they rule the world.
Channing Tatum could get some magic from Ryan Reynolds to champion his own movie.
That's the thing. Channing Tatum does not give a fucking shit about Gambit.
I thought he wanted to make it.
He probably wanted it because he's getting a paycheck, but Ryan was like
yeah,
he
Ryan,
loved
that's his passion.
Deadpool. Like, that's the perfect Ryan Reynolds.
What has
role.
Tatum been doing?
He's been doing like smaller films, like
really
more independent films. Mm-hmm. He's been in like Soderbergh movies. He was in.
He hasn't gone back to stripping, has he?
No, he hasn't. Oh, like yeah, those are Soderbergh movies too. He was in Logan Lucky. Love that movie. If you've never seen it,
no, I haven't.
Really good, actually. It's way better than I thought it would be.
Oh, and it has Daniel Craig.
No. Yes. Yeah. And Adam Driver.
Kylo Ren.
Yep. He's awesome in that movie. He plays an amputee. Speaking of amputees.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I know that's out of context for our viewers, but
fun fact: Ant-Man's stunt double is amputee.
There you go. We're just talking about that.
I just forgot that the post that I read that on, at the bottom of it said Rocket's gonna get that leg.
Gonna get that leg. Oh, I'll get that leg.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Get that arm.
That's the only thing I could think of when he was trying to get the Mind Stone. Mm-hmm. I gotta get that butt.
Just
God damn it, sweet bunny.
It was wait, the Mind Stone. No, it was
I thought. The Reality Stone.
Reality Stone.
The Mind Stone
the
is
one.
the yellow one.
Is a Vision. Speaking of, was the Mind Stone in the Scepter? I was thinking about this the other day. Was that the Mind Stone? Was in Loki's Scepter?
Yeah, it throws you off because it's in a blue thing.
Yeah, it's not yellow.
And then
I was like, because I was going through the stones, I'm like, they went to go retrieve 3 in New York. Hulk got 1. Mm-hmm. Then obviously the
2 are blue
Tesseract,
and 1's green, but 1's in a blue.
But 1's supposed to be yellow, and that's what it tripped me up because it was such a long time since I've seen the first Avengers all the way through, and I was like, did they get 3? I was just like, I was probably just like doing something random.
That is America's ass.
That's America's ass for all I'm concerned.
God damn it.
Great movie. Let's just talk about Endgame for the rest. I'm
It
just
is.
kidding now. But anyway, Detective Pikachu.
Ultron does just like... He just does it with his fingers. He's like... Have you seen the little thing where it's like Pikachu and he's... I think Andrew said this to the group and he's like...
Did he watch it?
Who?
Detective Pikachu?
He's seeing it... Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's on vacation,
right.
So.
He's gonna
he could take his brothers, though, or something.
Right. I think he mentioned that we could go see it with him on Tuesday if we want to see it again, which I'd like to see this again. So
I can't say I can see it again. I can't watch this again. Not in theaters.
What if you're getting paid?
If you guys are paying me, I'll fucking go see whatever.
I'll
go see any Adam Sandler movie if you're paying me.
Hey,
you an Adam Sandler fan?
His early movies.
Well, everyone goes to the early movies. Like, obviously, like, I'm a decent fan of his early work.
Longest Yard is one of my favorite sports movies.
Really? Wow.
Longest Yard.
You put that over Waterboy? Yeah. Really?
No,
Waterboy all day. I love Waterboy. It's such a guilty
His
pleasure.
accent just gets me to it.
Bobby Boucher.
It doesn't top The Replacements. I love The Replacements.
I never saw The Replacements.
Oh,
I know, sports fan.
Classic Keanu Reeves.
You know what I just watched today?
Or The Game Plan.
Watched Bull Durham for the first time. Baseball movie. Kevin Costner. My freaking mom is obsessed with that movie. And she always bugs me about, you gotta watch Bull Durham. So I watched Bull Durham. It's fine.
What's it about? Is it fiction?
No, it's baseball. So, like, in terms of...
I mean, like, is it based on, like, an actual baseball story?
It's based
Sorry, that's what I
on
meant.
the actual
Non-fiction.
Durham Bulls,
That's
their
the
AAA baseball franchise.
Okay.
But it's about Kevin Costner, Tim Robbins, Susan Sarandon. Those are the 3.
Huh.
Tim Robbins is, like, the up-and-coming pitcher. Like, hotshot pitcher. There's, like, a lot of sex in the movie. I'm like...
Getting Game of Thrones vibes?
No, it's nothing like that.
Sorry.
No, it kind of is, because it's, like, just degrading to women. I'm just not a fan of that.
Oh, so it's not even, like, a good sex scene. It's just...
No, it's just everyone's
they, like,
too
prostitutes?
slutty. Everyone's... No.
Oh.
But anyway, so the story is, he's a pitcher. He really likes sex. He's, like, big sex guy, right? This is the 80s. Lots of sex, like, in your movies.
Psychedelic sex.
Yeah.
No, 70s one of my
And so he's a pitcher. Kevin Costner is an older catcher.
Uh-huh.
That is, his job is to, like, groom him into being a decent pitcher. And Susan Sarandon is, like, a groupie of the team.
Uh-huh.
So she has sex with a lot of players, and so does, like, another girl. She fucking goes, like, player to player, like, fucking them. And it's like, I'm like, dude, why are you portraying these poor women like this? Like, I understand that they're groupies, and there's groupies in music, sports, everywhere. But I'm like, it doesn't make for good female characters, even though Susan Sarandon was pretty good in the movie. But yeah, that's the movie. And then there's just like it's like a love triangle. It's just a love triangle movie, but it's like with baseball.
I'll be honest, I think the only baseball movie I've seen is Sandlot.
That's the only baseball movie? Well,
I made it through like halfway of Field of
do you
Dreams.
care about baseball? Baseball?
I like baseball.
I mean, you're a Cubs fan, right?
It's my second sport.
Okay.
Yeah, Cubbies.
Yeah, go Braves.
I never knew that the Cubs farm team was actually in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah?
Pelicans.
Yes,
Freed up.
Pelicans, yep.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, shout out as well. Myrtle
Check it
Beach,
out.
beautiful place if you want to find a vacation spot.
Go at the right time of year so you're not surrounded by kids.
Yeah,
It's
don't
very
go on July
family-friendly place.
4th.
That's crazy. You want to see someone get hurt?
Yeah.
On July 4th.
Yeah. It's
a fun
crazy
time.
on July 4th. But anyway. But yeah, it was okay. It's nothing as good as what my mom thinks it is. So I'm glad I've seen it so she can stop bugging me about it.
What other big baseball movies are there? Moneyball?
That's one of my favorite movies. So Moneyball, and then Sandlot, like you said. There's like The Natural. There's Major League. There's any of these jogging your memory of you actually.
Which
knowing
one's
them?
the Charlie Sheen one? When he's on Major League.
Yep.
I like to watch that one.
Yeah.
Or in The Natural is the one with the kid picture? No.
It's Robert Redford, and he's like really fucking good. He's like Babe Ruth, pretty much.
Okay.
And it's just like that. It's like he's really good.
I never got around to watching the Jackie Robinson
Or
one.
Field of Dreams. You ever seen Field of Dreams?
I only got like halfway through that.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's literally in 3 baseball movies. It's Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and
I think he likes baseball.
And ooh, can't think of the other one, but it's not as important as the other 2. I feel so. Whatever. He plays a really old pitcher in that movie. So.
Oh well.
But anyway, baseball movies in our world of Pokemon.
I think it's just the fact that we don't sit down and talk that much.
Yeah, we're
Not
just
as of yet.
Yeah.
So we're just bleeding things into
I
this.
know Andrew I know Caleb through Andrew.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So this is our
Like
third time seeing each other, so we're learning more about each other in front of your very own eyes. So
hopefully we didn't go on too much of a tangent.
yeah, okay. Let's stick to the script this time.
As you can tell, this movie's going to be...
It's not a very
What were we
long
talking
movie.
about? Oh no, hour 45.
Well, shit, we were still in
That's
the
We're going to pick up Andrew on Tuesday.
Yes.
And then we're probably going to go see it again. Or he said he's going to see it by himself.
Yeah,
or with
and
us.
Matt.
And that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I assume he wants to see it again.
Yeah, he liked it. He gave it an 8, which is pretty wild. An 8 out of
It's the
10.
same thing. I mean, it's weird that
You
stars
gave it a
and
B
grades
minus?
are...
That's the thing. It's kind of hard to, because like an F, you
See,
think of grading as like school grading.
Right.
An F is like a
60%.
59 or a 69.
Yeah, below 60.
Depending on where school you're from or whatever. And but
Variation.
but if you do an F in terms of numerical grading, that should be a 1 or a 0 or a 2, around
So
there.
yeah, I was a little taken aback when you gave it a 4.
So 4
I translated that automatically to 40%.
would be like a C minus for me.
Okay.
But you gave it a B minus.
I-
I liked
I'm still
most
on B.
most of the movie was a B minus C plus, and then I just don't like the third act.
Yeah, let's get into that.
That's the case for most of these movies. Just safe. It's just like it just goes batshit crazy.
It was very grounded.
You think so?
As much... No. The movie was grounded.
Yes, for most of it.
For what
The majority,
because
because it's just a basic detective movie. You're just going place to place. You're finding clues. You're like, oh shit, what did my dad do here? How did he get at this point?
And very formulaic.
And it
like we
also
said.
helps that fucking Pikachu has amnesia, which is so fucking
Such a trope.
oh, it's so lazy. I'm like, god damn, dude, just like come on. But it makes sense that he has amnesia because we understand that
It wasn't
Mewtwo
your
wipes his
typical
memory.
hit head on Rocky, even though Pikachu did get hit in the head with a rock
exactly.
at some point.
Yeah, you got
Chest,
fucking
wherever.
destroyed by a rock.
Honestly, just jumping back to that real
It's
quick,
like Lord of the Flies.
I legit, it was a bullet. Like, the rock just
Yeah.
bulleted through him. And he's like, ugh. Now it's just a bloody Pikachu that has to be carried around.
But it's like barely blood. Well, like we don't see blood until like it's a clear shot of his torso. That's how like family friendly
It's
this movie
such a
is.
fine bullet that it was an atom bullet. Nothing.
Just scathed him, like barely touched
and the
him.
radiation is killing him
Yeah,
on the inside. That's
there
what's
you
killing
go.
him. But yeah, this is very grounded of a movie as much as a Pokemon movie can be until the third act. That's when it was like,
I mean, you got to make it exciting for
the
your
mind
audience.
thing
So
was okay.
yeah,
And then it was like, I'm going to put everyone into the Pokemon,
And
but
then there's
only
no
under
people.
certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole city is what, like a few thousand people at this
yeah,
parade?
they're all at the stand parade that happens every year.
You couldn't afford a few more extras to put in the background?
Yeah, that's the
They
thing,
were only,
and
like,
that's
200
also going off the idea that everyone has a Pokemon. Like Justice
Yeah.
Smith didn't have a Pokemon
Dude,
coming in,
they did
but
good-
everyone like gives him shit that he
Yeah.
doesn't have a Pokemon. So I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because this is the whole city about all that being partners and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the girl running around being like, don't let them breathe this. Don't. They're not going to pay attention to that.
Yeah, you're like, who the fuck are you to tell me what not to do? and
Plus,
what
do you
to
think I'm going to stick my hand over my, what's
Pokemon.
an atrocious Pokemon? My Snorlax? Just
Yeah.
like, don't breathe. And then just eats
Exactly.
my hand.
Yeah.
Or my Lickitung.
Yeah, like, yeah, you're not gonna, like, make, like, you can't even stop that from happening.
Or my Geodude. Like, where's his nose? Have you seen the memes where people just throw cheese on their cat?
Yes.
Like, am I supposed to just throw cheese on my Pokemon over their nostrils so
Stop
they can't
breathing.
breathe?
Stop. You're gonna die. You're gonna go crazy.
God, that shit. And like, how long do you just like run them out? Where can you go?
Where
they can
yeah,
breathe?
you gotta go in a building, I guess. But like, you can't fit like thousands of people and their stupid Pokemon in the freaking building.
You know a good way to not have your Pokemon breathe it? There's this little thing called a Pokeball that.
True. I'm sure many people have them.
The city's too liberal. They outlawed those Pokeballs because it's all about.
We gotta protect the Pokemon. You cannot keep them in an enclosed space.
You know how we protect Pokemon? We build a wall around the Kanto region.
Hashtag. I'm just kidding. Not going there. But anyway, problem I had with in terms of the gas, when we're introduced to the gas, he picks up the gas, goes, "What the fuck is this?" Opens it. Oh no, the gas is going everywhere, and then he takes it outside, and that's when we get our first action scene. Well, not really the first action scene, but the major action scene. I'm like, why did you have to open it? Just leave it be. It's your dad's shit. Just
you can pick it up and just like...
That just only happened because the plot had to happen.
Another fucking trope. Just let me touch the little button thing.
Let me screw it perfectly because I know how because the plot needs to happen. So let's just go crazy. And there was like a lot of gas in that one little thing.
Right? Yeah. There's just like a smoke grenade's worth of.
I know, like. Why don't you just like die from how much you're inhaling, like?
Because all the oxygen
human
out
lugs.
of the room.
Yeah, exactly. Like, anyway, I'm like.
It looks cool though.
Just gripes.
But the first thing I think of is poison. Purple. Poison.
Yeah.
Poison purple.
I mean, it is pretty much poison.
Yeah.
That was also an interesting thing. It didn't affect humans at all.
Yeah.
But like only Pokemon. I guess that makes sense. Well, what did it come from? Didn't it come from
Mewtwo?
Was it from Mewtwo? Okay, that's what it was.
Which is weird because they then used it on him to get him in that weird state.
That's odd. Another thing I did like about Mewtwo is like obviously it makes sense that he bounces around like emotions, but there's at points where he's like the nicest guy on the planet, like Mewtwo. He's like, hey man, you're pretty cool.
The only thing that made him turn sides was, oh, this Pikachu really likes his human.
Yeah.
Some humans are okay.
It's like, oh, this human isn't a piece of shit. He's not trying to, like, get shit out of me and, like, use me for my powers.
Which I guess is the plot of the original movie. Where Mewtwo's It is, because he sees how much Pikachu,
Different renditions of Pikachu.
loves Ash in their relationship. He's like, maybe humans are good.
Maybe these humans are
That's just the theme of Mewtwo, because he is a product of
That's like aliens in
engineering.
general.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay, Mewtwo. I give you a pass.
We'll give you a pass, Mewtwo.
For now.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
But it's interesting that, because didn't Mew come first?
Mm-hmm.
And Mew is just not even, I think it was mentioned once. Mew.
Yeah, he was a fossil of an ancient...
I thought the fossils were really, the hieroglyphics were so dumb. I'm like, I laughed whenever they showed the hieroglyphics.
It was nice because we saw one in the evil man's chamber, the penthouse, but we also saw these like little stones. I think those were definitely from the games.
Yeah,
like they were like certain like evolutionary stones and whatnot. And then we have this block with some Mayan text on it. Is what it looked like.
It's just.
I was wondering if we were gonna get like an unknown Easter egg, the like letter Pokemon. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, yeah.
I think that was second generation.
That would have been cool. I forgot what their names.
Because the second movie with Entei in the Unknown is a big one with the Beast legendaries.
Yeah.
It's weird that we didn't get any of the flying legendaries, Zapdos, Moltres, and
They probably just like.
Articuno.
It's probably just we have Mewtwo. People know Mewtwo the most.
Not even Mew.
And
like,
that's why it's kind of weird.
I thought Mew was going to come in
and
to heal Pikachu.
Ooh.
I thought they were going to just show.
That was kind of a little twisty. They brought him to Mewtwo.
That's very twisty.
That's very twisty.
Another moment that didn't need to be in the trailers.
Yeah.
That's very twisty.
Yeah. In terms of Ryan Reynolds, I wonder how much was him, like, just improv.
He's like actually reading the script. He's like, oh,
yeah, I know.
that's a twist.
He's like, this line sucks. I wonder how many times he went, this line sucks. I'm going to do it better. Because I hope it was a lot. Because I felt he was, in terms of Ryan Reynolds and how obviously it's a kid's movie, but I felt like a lot of the jokes were not his ideas. I felt like it could have been like a Robin Williams situation in Aladdin, where it was like all him. It was like, holy shit, this guy's really funny. He's a great comedian. Maybe we should just let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were saying, like how much Warner Brothers or whoever
I think
a say in
not
it,
to that
you know?
level, because Robin Williams, God.
Obviously. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds definitely has.
Do you think he had
an
like
energy that-
most were his ideas, or do you think most was the script and just a few of his ideas sprinkled in?
Honestly, I'd say a good 50-50.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
If not leaning more towards him.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ryan Reynolds. Might as well use him to his best abilities, even if it is in a childlike
Yeah,
setting.
because I feel like a
family
lot
setting.
of his improv would be more vulgar.
Yeah, that was like one of
Raunchy.
my problems was not all of his jokes hit, even though he's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Some
were
of the
that's
jokes are
like,
just not as good.
Pikachu, can you stop? Because in these scenes,
Yeah, he talks a lot, obviously.
he talks.
But in real
And
life,
nobody
he'd be like
hears
Pikachu, Pikachu,
Yeah,
Pikachu,
and that'd be
Pikachu, Pikachu.
annoying.
Yeah, I would like lose my mind. That's probably why there's a couple times like people notice Justice Smith talking to him, and I'm pretty sure that was just their reaction of, "Oh my god, would that Pikachu just shut the hell up?" Like
You think
he
after
would
a
talk,
while
he
that,
talks
like,
so much.
He says something back. It's like,
It's like
whoa, are they talking?
are they having a conversation? Because like no one else could talk to their Pokemon.
Even in real life, when like you see someone like say something to their dog and they bark, it's like, oh, that's a coincidence. You never have like them going
Yeah,
back.
they're going back and forth,
At
and
that
like
point, it's like,
he's building onto
Whoa.
his side of the conversation. So obviously they're having a conversation, you know.
also, the taxi driver at the beginning when Pikachu just like jumps on his car and the dude's just like,
I don't remember that.
it was right after the Apom scene.
Yes, probably when they're just walking down the damn street.
Yeah, they get out of that little street
Yeah,
festival thing.
Yeah.
He's got his pants on, and then Pikachu just climbs on top of the taxi, and there's the dude.
It's just stupid. Joke.
Seeing the A-bombs in the pants is fucking funny.
Yeah, that was kind of
really
cute. That was pretty funny. Because they're like giving him shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got your pants.
And they're using their tails as the two legs.
Yeah. It's just clever.
A-bombs
They
are so
did,
funny.
they did some clever things.
But yeah, just Pikachu just climbs up on the hood, and he's on there for like a good 30 seconds, and the taxi driver's just at the wheel, just
It just
So
like, that's just bad directing. Like just nothing's there.
How about
Hey
you
man,
get
just
your-
sit in this car and like we'll do all the
Can you
rest.
get your damn dirty Pokemon off my car, please?
damn dirty apes?
And then he just slides off it. It's like, he's being disrespectful to this man's
Yeah.
car.
He probably just gets it a lot. Like fucking Pokemon are all over the place. They're probably assholes.
God, the idea of Pokemon roadkill.
Oh no.
That's so sad. It's just a fact of life.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Fucking like, you got an Eevee on the side. Like that's the equivalent of a fucking like deer.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh fuck! Someone hit an Eevee. Shit.
Cover Jimmy's eyes.
Stop. John, hide the kids. Can't let them see this.
God forbid.
I mean, that has to be it.
God
That's
forbid
natural.
Eevee
Yeah.
has a collar on. He was like, no.
Yeah, like people walking their fucking Pokemon all the time.
Oh my God, this just got even darker. So you could tell
This is the PG-13 version of
you
Detective
can't
Pikachu.
if someone like if there's a Pikachu there, and it's somebody's Pikachu. Say it's your Pikachu. I can't take my Pokeball and just him into my ball because
yeah,
he's
plus he would not accept the ball.
right. But like I can't even like forcibly do it because
Yeah.
he's like synced to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how sad it'd be to go up to you're missing your Eevee and you see Roadkill Eevee and you're just like, no,
Fuck, check the tag.
no,
Yeah.
and you hit the ball and just and then you turn around and go to the Pokestop and you're like,
Charts green, and you're like,
can you fix this?
please. Is it too late, doctor? Please. Dude, yeah, there's no Pokemon help centers or like the
Yeah.
clinics or whatever they're
thought-
called.
I knew it was a
I
little
thought
too
they were
far
gonna.
away.
I thought they were gonna take him to that when he gets hurt.
Exactly. Maybe it was just too far away.
Yeah, they're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And then the
I
children of the forest, Bulbasaurus.
Yeah, there's so many Bulbasaurs. It's like 20.
It was cute when they like blocked her off.
Yeah, it's like
No.
no, you can't fucking. Come with us.
And it made sense. It was like, that's the secret place. Only
Mm-hmm.
he can see Mewtwo.
True. Yeah, I'm sure Mewtwo ordered them to go find him anyway. So that was just odd seeing him. Like so much of him.
Yeah.
It was just weird. I was not expecting that.
A legendary.
I guess it makes sense because like the people that just know what Pokemon is, like just know, like have it in there, just pop culture, you know.
And it's also weird that, like, yeah, Mewtwo's a big deal, but, like, in Generation 8, we have, or Generation 4, the statues that were in the penthouse, where he did, like, the Flareon evolution.
Yeah.
We had the 3 statues. We got Palkia, Dialga, and Arceus? I can never pronounce his name. Which, okay, Mewtwo, they said, is the most powerful Pokemon of all time.
Yes. Oh my God.
Maybe it's because... Yeah, I don't like this one. This one's weird. It's the little nut right there.
I see that. I'm sorry, this is my first time with the damn mics, so I don't want to fucking
Maybe it's because
break
they've
everything.
only discovered Mewtwo as the most powerful, and Arceus and all them are just ideas. But Mewtwo's artificial. He's the most powerful. But Dialga is the Pokemon embodiment of space or time, and Dialga is space, Palkia is time, and the both of them created the universe. And Arceus is God, is the Pokemon equivalent of God, and made them and all of Pokemon.
So it's just Pokemon religion at this point. Yeah.
And then there's Mewtwo.
Yeah.
I don't think Mewtwo's the most powerful anymore.
No,
and that's just Gen 4.
Yeah, that's probably they just didn't want to. That's what I was gonna say earlier was.
So what sucks about Pokemon is like they keep raising. They have a stakes problem.
Yeah, that's is going to be the Avengers problem eventually, like or Marvel. I mean,
They're like, how do you beat Thanos?
yeah, I mean, we beat Thanos. We built up to this, so that's why I think this is like we introduce you to like 100 Pokemon, with Mewtwo being like right now the most badass, but eventually. Yeah, I mean, depending on how successful this is going to be, which it probably is. Oh my God! Did you know this is a budget of $150 million? Oh
my God,
that's like, more than I thought.
They had a huge VFX team, gigantic.
Yeah,
like the minute that the top of it hit the screen to when the bottom of it hit the bottom of the screen, I'd say it was like damn near 15-20 seconds.
Would it be like as big as a Marvel movie?
I think it was bigger. Really? Because...
Or like Alita Battle Angel.
Quick thoughts on Alita. We never talked about it. Did you like it? No?
Same rating as I give this. Wow. 4 out of 10.
It's because it was over the top anime movie?
No. I actually liked it for most of it, and then I hated the third act.
Yeah, third acts really do ruin a movie.
It's really bad. It's actually really bad, the third act. I was not a fan.
You know what? You like the beginning. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, the first 2 acts were pretty decent. I was like, I'm having a good time. And then, same thing with this movie. Except this movie annoyed me more because I just hated all the humans in this movie.
But I had that thought seeing the VFX team. I was like, this could have just been Pokemon. I didn't need humans in this. It could have been like mystery. You've heard of the Mystery Dungeon games, right?
Yes.
Where it's just basically humans that get sucked into Pokemon.
Yes.
Or it's like a boy that gets sucked into a Pokemon and he's just in this Pokemon world now. So, and he talks to Pokemon.
So the master plan of this movie?
Kind of. Okay. In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if it was just Pokemon just going on a journey?
Just as like acting like humans? Was it like, you're saying like if it was just Pokemon?
Just Pokemon, but they were talking to each other.
Yeah.
So speaking English to each other.
That's the thing. You need a human character to, empathize with. That's why they have fucking human characters.
I hate studios so much.
It's just what it is. You gotta hate studios and then just the average movie watcher. It's like,
at the same time, Lion King, Disney's number one animated movie.
Yeah.
You can sympathize with a lion.
Not looking forward to that, by the way. I'm sorry. I know you're looking forward to that. So.
We'll have a separate talk about that.
I'm a Disney hater, boycotting Disney. I
understand
hate their
Aladdin.
Shit. Aladdin looks bad. It looks worse as more footage is shown.
Because I think the common consensus was they still don't like the genie, but they like him a little.
I don't think it's just the genie. I think it's just everything in the movie looks pretty bad.
Honestly, Jafar looks worse than the genie, in my opinion.
I was excited, sort of excited for Dumbo when it came out, only because it was directed by Tim Burton. And
you haven't seen it yet, have you?
No, it didn't get good reviews, so I'm not going to watch it.
It didn't?
No, I got like a... I'm not on the Rotten Tomatoes bandwagon anymore, but it does have a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Have you listened to our podcast 55. On it at all?
I listened to it because Andrew told me you guys shit talk me in that podcast. So
Dumbo gets an exception. I really enjoyed Dumbo,
and it has a great cast.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton,
and it's a different story.
Colin Farrell. Ava Green's amazing. She needs to be in more stuff. She's great. You ever seen The Dreamers?
Just turn to the guy from Hey Arnold.
We're gonna take a break really quick. Andrew is having a moment.
It's
Caleb. Oh God.
Oh, that's the second time.
I said fucking. It's too late. It's 4 a.m. I don't give a shit anymore.
It's okay. We actually get that a lot.
Really?
My sister has confused us at one point.
You kind of like look alike, and it's really weird.
And he
that
shaved
you're
his
friends.
fucking beard, so now it doesn't help anymore. It made it look different.
Him and his facial hair. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, you couldn't call him
He went
that.
with that damn mustache.
Yeah, you didn't have to live with that in person.
I'm like that was not a good look, Andrew.
I think he knows.
Never do that again.
Only
if
like
you're
5%
listening
of
to
the population can pull off a mustache.
Yeah, you just gotta have the right face for just a mustache.
Mm-hmm. It has to grow right.
Speaking of just mustaches, Sonic the Hedgehog does not look good. Speaking of setting the bar with this movie, that is going to set it back to where it was before. I know you're a big Sonic fan, but that movie looks very, very bad.
Yes. The only way they could fix with a redesign, just make it Space Jam. Make Sonic cartoony, like a cartoon.
Act like a cartoon, yeah.
Or like, I don't know if you ever seen like what Sonic X looks like.
Get Michael
on
Jordan
4Kids.
in there. MJ. I'm just kidding. No. LeBron.
Or let's say let's get
Sonic X.
Urkel back. Urkel voiced Sonic in the early
Oh
cartoons.
my god, did he really?
Yeah, in the Sonic Says days.
Did I do that?
Like we're talking like very early Sonic.
Really?
Did you ever see like any pictures of like the 4Kids Sonic? Sonic X? It was just like anime Sonic. If they just took that plot cartoon in this.
So you're saying
universe-
if he was 2D?
Yes, if he was 2D. I'd be totally
like
okay
a
with that.
Pete's Dragon sort of thing.
Pete's Dragon, Space Jam.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Were they 2D in Space Jam? I thought they were 3D.
I think
They
were-
might have came off as 2D.
I think it was like rotoscope
Yeah.
type 3D.
Yeah.
But or 2D with a 3D feel.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with
I
that.
mean, I think Sonic. Who even is the voice of Sonic?
Ben Schwartz.
Who is that?
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
No.
Or familiar with it at all?
No. I'm a big Office fan, but I have not seen Parks and Rec.
Honestly, he could have been The Office. Type in him real quick.
What's
Ben
his
Schwartz. You've definitely seen him
I'll
before.
just
Ben
look up
Schwartz.
Sonic fucking Hedgehog movie. Just the thought of a Sonic movie is just like. That's the thing. If this does well, if Detective Pikachu does well, we're gonna get a lot of video game movies now. All it takes is that one.
And we're getting like pillars, like big pillars in gaming.
Yeah.
Pokemon, we're getting Sonic, and we're getting Mario. Like those are 3
Is
confirmed.
that coming out next year?
Next
is
year or
2021?
after? It's by Illumination, so
Okay,
they
so he's really only in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
it's Illumination, so they can crank a movie out in like a month. Honestly,
We could talk about Illumination another day. Oh my God, are they making the Mario movie?
yeah, they have the reign,
Like animated? That is gonna be bad.
which I have better hope for an animated Mario movie than a Super Mario Bros. live
They're
action
never
movie.
gonna do that again. I mean, maybe they could. I mean, it's Hollywood. Who fucking knows? But oh no, Illumination. I think I did know that. Oh my God.
Not my
Yeah, I
first
hate
choice.
Illumination. By the way, they are a very lazy company.
Despicable Me was funny.
The
That was a
Grinch.
good movie.
I liked the first Despicable Me.
yeah,
Only because it had a decent like story. And
and
stuff.
apparently The Grinch is good.
I guess it
haven't seen
depends
it.
who you ask. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not watching Illumination movies. Like The Secret Life of Life of Pets 2
Mm-hmm.
looks like so bad. It looks worse than the first one, and that's amazing. The first one honestly didn't look bad. I didn't watch it obviously, but
Kind of unique,
the
I guess.
second one looks just really,
Yeah.
really, really, really bad. Yeah. I think I watched Despicable Me 2 too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. I'm only seeing.
There's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then the Minions.
It's like one is like the woman is the second one, and then the third one is his brother.
Uh huh.
It's always a gimmick.
Oh yeah,
It's always a thing.
with the hair.
Like Stu is his name.
Screw and Stew.
Yeah, but and then the Minions.
We're getting a kind of off topic. We're getting a Rugrats movie.
Are we?
Yeah, Andrew brought that up in the last podcast.
Judy? Oh no.
Yep.
That Rugrats cannot work
Live action
outside
babies.
of 2D. Fuck, I just hate.
Like not even like.
I hate that we don't get any more.
Not even like 3D
movies.
animation. That wouldn't work.
Yeah, no. So are you saying it's gonna be 3D?
It's gonna be live action.
Oh no, Rugrats! Oh god, it's like Look Who's Talking. It's like all bad baby movies that baby talks.
That baby movie when they were spies or something?
I think it's like oh god,
where it's live action babies.
Baby Geniuses.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Some 90s shit, early 2000s.
It's just so weird that we're now in the age where like things we grew up with are now being made. Like all 90s
it's just
stuff.
Nostalgia, man. It's just people like go head over heels for nostalgia.
I will say that
we're moving into the 90s.
Is that
now.
line in the Sonic trailer where it says everyone has their Genesis?
I didn't catch that the first time.
That was spot on.
I caught that this time in
the
theaters. I'm like, wow, okay, that's what that's.
Studio did something good.
Pretty
I think
cute.
just the main problem is it's all the studio and you're not picking true fans.
Yeah.
If you have someone
that's the problem. You're trying to create new fans, but you're, disrespecting the fans I grew up with.
You're picking people that are so disjointed with the franchise that they have no idea what people like.
The only people that are going to go see your movie are the fans that you had before.
And now you're going to lose them.
Now you're going to lose them. That's going to be the problem with Sonic. And honestly, I think Pokemon is just such a cute... Because Sonic is one character, and then you have a few other, like Knuckles and everyone else.
There's a lot. If they want to dive down the rabbit hole, there's a lot.
But in terms of... compared to Pokemon...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
Pokemon is fucking endless. You're going to have your favorite Pokemon... You're going to have your trainers. You can do whatever you want with trainers. Sonic, you had to have, your main villain, Eggman. Eggman.
Dr. Robotnik.
I played Sonic Heroes when I was little. That's all I played with Sonic.
I was jamming out to the Sonic Heroes soundtrack on the
Sonic. Yeah, Sonic Heroes is baller. That's a good game.
Side note, if Sega could remaster Sonic Adventure 1, 2... and fucking throw Heroes in there to make it a trilogy.
I think as time goes on, we're just... Because isn't the new Xbox, can't you play any Xbox game that you want?
Yeah, they're switching to a streaming...
Oh, yeah, that too.
Type.
It's like the Wii, like the Me channel, or Wii channel. Where you could buy, like, endless amount... Yeah, the Wii Shop, and you could buy endless, like, retro games. That was really cool. I really liked that. Dude, Nintendo, man.
And now Nintendo's just doing Nintendo Entertainment System streaming.
Yeah. Jeez.
I think they're going to get to Super Nintendo eventually. Yeah. Everyone wants GameCube. Might as well just put a dollar amount on it. People are going to buy it. Just make it available.
Yeah. I mean, GameCube, I played the shit on my GameCube still.
I will pay $20 for GameCube games.
Yeah?
Easily.
And, like, applying it to, like, newer, like, your Switch or whatever?
Maybe. Like, if they're remasters, I'll pay more, but if they legit were, like, same resolution...
They'd fix the resolution, probably, but yeah.
But like not update the models or anything.
No.
For $20,
no.
They're just porting everything. They'd make billions.
Yeah, I mean, GameCube was just such a huge console for them, and that was weird perfect for like that generation.
I think it's just nostalgia blinding us, but the GameCube didn't do that well for them. It was a success, but
PS2 fucking killed them. Like it's unfortunate.
They made it back with the Wii.
And then Xbox as well. Xbox did better than GameCube. GameCube just had its Nintendo titles. That's what it had it going for. Xbox had Halo. PS2 was just the better console in general.
Yeah.
So, and PS1 was that big as well. Not as big as PS2, obviously. But.
It's so weird that Nintendo created Sony in a way.
Yeah.
Because they were going to partner together.
Yeah.
They were going to partner with Sony to do discs, and then Nintendo stuck with cartridges with the N64, and then that's when PlayStation was like, fuck it, we'll make our own.
Yeah, discs are the future. Yeah, it's just sticking to what you're.
And then Nintendo gives them the middle finger, goes back to cartridges with the Switch.
There you go. Fuck them.
Oh, I love it.
These cartridges are great. Well, I'm a fan of cartridges.
The fact that
because they can't get scratched up. Is it just the technology
that we couldn't put this cartridge down here, so we had to go to discs, and now we can put this into this?
It's just the type of graphics, I think, just in terms of that.
And it's faster. You don't get the whooshing reading the disc.
Yep. Then discs just get scratched in general. Like cartridges, they don't really get damaged unless you
Yeah,
like
it's harder to damage.
unless you like stomp on it or something. Like that's the only time.
Ingest them.
Yeah.
Have you tasted a Switch game yet?
Have I tasted one?
Have you heard of tasting it before?
No.
They put a, I don't know what the right term is for it, but they put a foul taste on it, so children are less likely to.
Yeah. I've heard about that. Yep.
It's terrible because sometimes I wouldn't think about it, and when I switch a game out, I would put it like right here, and then go put it away, and then an hour later, I like do that and say, "Oh,
is it really that foul?
What happened?" It's not like ruin your day.
Like poisonous.
It's like it like ruins for like 5 minutes, and then it goes away. But it's like, what did I put in my mouth?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always a proponent of blowing the cartridge to make it work.
Did you know apparently that's bad for the cartridge?
Is it really?
Because you're exposing it more to like grease and
bacteria
wear.
and shit. Yeah.
I think they just put a side by side to ones that don't get blown and ones that do, and it's just like a little more wear and tear. I think nothing game breaking.
I mean, you don't freaking like spit into it. You just blow air.
I think that's the thing. The sample size is you pick bad blowers.
Bad blowers. We don't appreciate bad blowers on this channel.
You hear that, guys? Learn up.
Better blowing. Hashtag better blowing 2019.
Hashtag BB.
BB 2019. Better blowing. Anyway, Detective Pikachu was a movie that we watched.
I loved it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Anything that you would do differently in terms of where it went or character-wise?
A lot of things.
There's just too many like little things that built up. I mentioned it that I don't like the human characters. Is because I really did not like the human characters.
The writing for the characters.
Let's run through them. All right, Justice Smith. That was my biggest fear. We talked about this earlier. Biggest fear was he was going to just like yell the whole movie like he did in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and he was actually not terrible. He's not likable. But he's not terrible.
Didn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything good. He just didn't bring anything to the table.
No, it's just his character was just too weird. I don't know if it was the direction.
I will blame that.
The writing is not good.
I'll blame it on the writing.
Yeah.
And the directing.
It's just like he's always like jumping emotions. And I think Stuckman, going back to Stuckman, he mentioned this a lot in terms of like he's in like a weird state with his dad. He's not sure if he wants to care about his dad or not.
Yeah, the beginning was weird.
He's like, nah, fuck my dad. He left me or something.
My dad.
My mom died and my dad just left. Yeah. That's how he talks in the movie. It's really off-putting.
I'll give him... I'll upgrade my thoughts on him to he was good when I think about his crying scene. I thought that was a good acting moment.
When it was about, I should have gone to that fucking train, man. Should have been there for my dad.
The dialogue kind of sucked, but the acting was good.
It was decent acting from a man that I did not think could act very well. So, but
he has potential.
He does. Hopefully, he just. Yeah, I think it's just the role. That role. He hasn't really been exposed to like just better material in general. Yeah. Like Jurassic World, he's like the comedic yelling guy. This one, he's our main guy, but like he's in a family movie. It's just got to be like animated. It's got to be like, oh, you're a hallucination. You're a hallucination.
I've been so lonely.
Oh, I've been so lonely. Thank God.
God.
That's the thing. Has he been so lonely? I mean, he just like woke up from like getting knocked in the head.
I think just the fact, and the fact that
he was lonely for like 2 days, maybe. Whatever. Writing, am I right? Screenwriting, it's a bitch.
Do you know how dope it would have been? Another thing we could have added to it. If just a throwaway scene, but he's just walking by himself, and we see Meowth. Yeah, Pikachu. Okay. And we see Meowth, and he says like, "Excuse me, sorry," or
we didn't see Meowth in this movie.
Not a single one. Or if it was
Team Rocket, come on, the sequel.
I thought they were gonna just be an Easter egg, just pop in there, like even just the back of their heads.
I mean, they have very recognizable hairstyles, so that'll
which would have looked weird.
It would have been really weird. That's the thing.
James is fine, but Jessie,
her hair is fucking wild. So,
if anything, they just make it a lot shorter and then just like
just have the shape. Yeah, but That's the thing with animation. Like, you could get away with, like, crazy character designs. When
that's
you apply... That's probably why they didn't apply... I mean, Ash is, like, a normal looking guy.
Anime hair.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, you can't apply...
God, Goku... You
can't apply that to real life.
Dragon Ball Evolution. Goku's hair. It's fucking crazy.
Trunks' hair. It's a hot hair, dude.
It...
We have that in real life, honestly.
Yeah.
And my best friend pulled it off a couple weeks ago. So
Really?
not a good look.
Is he cosplayer? There. Oh.
Just his natural hair.
All right.
He just grew it out, and it looked really bad. Adam, I'm looking at you. Keep your hair short, buddy.
Try new things.
Yeah, I'm all for new hairdos.
What were you getting?
Hairdos are cool.
Oh, it would have been great if just like bumped into a Pikachu. He's like, "Watch where you're going." He's like, "Did he just talk?"
Yeah, because mouth talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's he got? He's got a Brooklyn accent.
Hey, he does.
No, that wasn't even close. It's late.
Audition. Here we go. Audition tape 1 for.
There's certain accents that take me a while to
Caleb
warm
from
up.
Meowth.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, sing Meowth would have been dope.
Dude, sequel, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with this movie.
Yeah, setting up for a sequel wasn't really.
No, it's really non-existent because we were talking about it before the podcast. And
because you can't have a sequel without.
No, okay, spoiler obviously, but so Ryan Reynolds is his dad.
Yeah,
and Ryan Reynolds is extracted from Pikachu because that was like the twist.
Straight up extracted.
Yeah, that was the twist. Is that whenever Mewtwo saves him, that's one twist, and also he combined Pikachu and Ryan Reynolds together to keep him safe, maybe. Keep Ryan Reynolds safe. Is that why he did that?
It was kind of smart. He said his body was like couldn't hold him or couldn't survive, so he say the sun. He's like the sun would heal him. So the way he phrased it was very weird.
Yeah, Mewtwo is just weird writing in general. But anyway, so
plus the logic is like protecting the soul in Pikachu. Pikachu could have died.
Yeah. Plus, he's like, whenever they do the flashbacks, Pikachu's like looking up at him like, Pika, like, what the fuck is going on? He was so like concerned. He had a concerned look, and it was adorable.
God, I wish Pikachu we did get more just Pika.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is great.
Pika.
But Pikachu's just fucking cute.
It's like, oh, yes, yeah, Pika. Like the little girl, the little woman, it's like, yeah, you're adorable.
An Ash movie is perfect because, like, Pikachu can help carry it because he's just so damn adorable.
Yeah. But going back to how sequels wouldn't work in terms of this movie.
This storyline.
So the whole point is that Justice Smith, Sam Goodman, can understand Pikachu and, like, he can't understand any other Pokemon.
Did you say Sam Goodman?
No, Tim Goodman.
Oh,
Tim Goodman. That's such a lame name.
Jim, Jam.
Just the fucking
Danny.
Like, even the girl is Lucy Stevens. Like, these are the most basic names on the planet. Anyway. The whole point is that Justice Smith can... What was that?
Sorry. It's just all
Sound
the
like a
hard
dog.
rage. No, it was a little twisty.
Like, bark. Twisty. Very twisty. Very twisty. Oh, that's twisty.
Sorry to the viewers out there.
Shyamalan.
We're breaking.
You're breaking pretty good. But so the whole point is that he can understand him. No one else can understand him.
Mm.
So the only reason why he understands him is because it's his fucking dad. And when they extract him, Pikachu just goes back to normal Pikachu. So we can never understand Pikachu again unless they do like a voice translator thing, like they would for a pet or something.
But that'd be so weird that like his partner Pokemon has the same voice as his partner.
Yeah. So like that's why it made sense whenever they were gonna extract him. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be Ryan Reynolds now. That makes sense. It wouldn't just be a random guy and then his voice is Ryan Reynolds, you know.
It felt kind of not weird, but like kind of empty at the end when it was like, of course Pikachu doesn't care about Tim anymore.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
All his memories were Ryan's memories.
Yes.
So once Ryan came out of it, Pikachu went back to his old self. He's like, I don't really know him. Mm-hmm. I'm with my partner.
Plus, he's just like a normal Pokemon. You know? Like they mentioned a couple times, a Pokemon will like be attracted to you, or like they'll understand how you're feeling or whatever.
They can't understand you, but they can understand emotions.
Emotions, that's what it was.
Meanwhile, we see the Bulbasaur, and he's like, literally, he'd be like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah. That was another thing, when he's like, help, we need help, and the Bulbasaur's coming around. All he needs to do is just show him Pikachu, hurt, and then they'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he's like, please help. He's just, like, asking them, and, like, they're like, what do you want help with?
And, like, the girl is literally like, he can't understand you.
They're Bulbasaurs. They're just random Bulbasaurs. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. And he never shows them Pikachu. All he had to do is just pick Pikachu up and be like, he's hurt. I need help. And then they're like, oh, okay.
Literally just like
visual cues. They'll understand danger. Oh, whatever.
It would have been so cool to see, like, the Ivy Whip.
Like, yeah, that's what I thought was going to do.
Pick him up.
I thought that's what they were going to do, honestly. And they're like, no, just follow us.
Bulbasaurs didn't really do much.
They're cute anyway. I thought they were adorable. Because Bulbasaurs aren't very cute in, like, the cartoon, in my opinion. But here, they made them way more cuter.
Yeah, they gave them more of, like, baby eyes.
Yeah,
and baby sounds.
Like we were saying, like, their voice, like, their sound that they make is just, like, random baby noises.
Like, it legit sounded like he opened up his mouth and was like, ah!
Yeah, it's like, that's not Bulbasaur. Well, of course, that wouldn't be as, like, Bulbasaur. That wouldn't be as cute.
Right. I don't know. I think
Bulbasaur. Yeah. Bulbasaur. It's cool.
And that's what's so good about, like a Pokemon's cadence as they talk is because they say, like, they don't just say their name, they say different variations of it.
Different voice. And then, like, that's how they don't just say,
like, Bulbasaur.
Yeah, they don't say it in a very monotone voice like this. They say it with emphasis to make, like, give off different emotion, you know? Like, if they're in danger.
More than animals do.
If they're in danger, or if they're, jealous, or different emotions. We like emotions.
Like the scene in the very first Pokemon movie where the Pikachus are just slapping each other. P. They're literally saying P.
Yeah.
But I can just feel the sadness and the tension of these little mice just slapping the shit out of each other.
Animation goes a long way, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's the thing. They could have recreated it. If they just... That scene. Just two Pikachu smacking each other.
Was there another Pikachu in this movie?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there was.
We got a lot of the flying squirrel guy from Gen 5? 4?
Flying squirrel guy.
He's gray. He's got like a gray face and like a black head, and he's got little black ears. And he lifts up his arms, he's got little webs. So you're hitting it too. It doesn't sound like a dog, but...
It sounded like a dog to me. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it sounded like a dog. He was also afloat.
Okay.
I think we saw it for like a split second. He's like,
there's just so many different Pokemon.
And he was like in the air at that beginning money shot.
The money shot. Well, how you and Andrew call the money shots. I'm like,
what do you call it?
I don't call it.
Do you have a different connotation for money shot?
No. Caleb.
What's so weird about calling it a money shot?
It's just funny to me.
I mean, that's like the shot that they show off. Yeah. That's where you get all the money from.
That's right. That's what makes the big bucks. The money shot, the money shot.
I like how they just kind of are okay with when they're on the street after he got his pants back on. That Pikachu just like went onto the counter and just like took someone's food and they were okay with it.
Yeah,
that's a straight up rodent.
Like exactly. It's a fucking mouse rabbit thing.
If some dog came up and took my ice cream cone,
he's been like crawling around like he's got dirty hands.
Yeah, he was just on the ground.
Yeah, like literally. On the streets, like in a city, like excrement is going to be on the ground. Disease.
You're getting syphilis.
Do not eat that, please.
The ground is so bad that you're getting a sexually transmitted disease through the food.
Sexually transmitted diseases from Pokemon.
Oh, interspecial relationships.
That's hot. They're gonna bring that up in the next.
This movie was vaguely about crossbreeding.
And that was another interesting thing when they're in the facility. They're like, it's kind of ham-fisted, but they're like, oh, they're experimenting on these Pokemon. One sequence I did not like was when they get out of the facility, and it's like a mix between 2012 and Inception. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? is this a natural disaster movie? What is going on? And then like we get the reveal that it's the
Torterra.
Yeah, whatever. And then they're like huge. They're like the size of a fucking state.
I was like, how are they going to play this off? Like, are they going to roam around now?
I was like, what is... Because I was trying to figure out, I was like, there's no way that Psyduck did that to the Earth.
Yeah.
How is it moving like this?
At first, I thought it was just like...
Plus, they should have died.
Trick.
They should have died like 20 times during that sequence.
I mean, Pikachu...
They got hit by a tree. And like, they're like, oof. All right, we're back to normal.
We got that shot with the rock falling, and then it just took out a whole tree. Mm-hmm. And then we got the second shot with the rock, and then it just smacked Pikachu. And we always go
the amount of force of that fucking rock should have killed Pikachu.
Now that I think about it, it was the same shot, but they flipped it. Yeah. It was the same fucking rock. It
was the same shot at the rock falling and just hitting Pikachu and then hitting a tree. Could you imagine
if it was...
It's like Pikachu just flies like, oh shit, there goes Pikachu.
You get the little yellow fluffs of hair that just take the place of...
That would have been funny. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's like Wile E. Coyote.
And you just hear Ryan Reynolds just... Ah!
It's like, Pikachu? You're like, oh no. We gotta retrieve him. Yeah, I hated that sequence. That was a headache.
Like, Matt leaned over to me. And I wish what he said was true. Mm. And he just said Groudon. I don't know if Groudon is familiar. It's the legendary from the third generation where he's the big lava dragon guy.
Yeah.
Where he makes ground. And so if we had Groudon and then like Kyogre, the water whale guy, just fucking going at each other again. But then again, that'd be too much. The movie would be totally different at that point.
It'd be longer. And there'd just be more things to introduce.
It paid off, I guess, the growth experiment.
One thing I would take away from this movie is they didn't do enough Pokemon things. Like you were saying, we only get one really true battle between Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And I guess when you think about it, then in the ironic way of like, isn't this just like cockfighting? It's just with cute little furry animals. Well, not all of them furry. But just
because Pokemon can like display emotion.
Yeah.
Like if a chicken
and they don't kill each other, that's the only.
Could you imagine like a Pokemon-esque fight, but like two chickens are like, "I'm ready."
Yeah. They have like powers.
Cuckoo, use wing attack.
Cuckoo.
I was trying to think of a chicken name.
Cuckoo.
Oh, I'm totally getting that.
Well, his nickname is Cuck.
You don't watch anime, but I'm gonna fucking bring this up to Matt. Have you heard of My Hero Academia?
Yes.
The main character's name is Deku. So now I'm just gonna have you seen what he looks like with the green hair? Just get a little green wig and put it on a fucking chicken. Call him Cucker.
There you go, Cucker.
Cucker.
God.
Cucker says
Cucker.
It's only because the word cuck is just funny.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's a fucked word.
Yeah. It's weirdly political.
Yeah.
I don't know why that became a political word.
I don't know. Anyway,
for all the cucks out there, tell us what you think about.
That's your own lifestyle. You can live however you want.
We do need a name for our fans.
Let's not do cucks.
What's up, cuckers?
What's up, cuckers? Well, welcome back to the LCR podcast. We're not coining that, by the way, for future reference.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Uncle Cuckers.
That's nasty.
Uncle Cucker.
Let's stop. This is enough. Especially Uncle. That's already a problem. Uncles in general.
You made Cucker.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's all on you.
So, Detective Pikachu is rated PG for mild thematic elements.
Parental guidance.
And we're also going to be talking about cucks.
Uncle Cucker.
Uncle Cucker's farm.
It's because it reminds me of the Vine where he's like, you want to go to Uncle Cracker's? He gets his hat stuck in the window. He's like, does that. You know what I'm talking about. Uncle Cracker.
Vine. What a
it's okay.
Lifestyle.
We have TikTok to live through now.
Fuck. It makes me miss Vine more. I was not a Vine fan.
Really?
No.
But now you appreciate it?
I appreciate it more than damn TikTok. That's for damn sure. Or Musically. TikTok is Musically. It's really weird. I think it's the same company. Mm-hmm. They're like, fuck it. We're just going to rebrand and then kids are going to come.
Because basically kids are still doing the same thing on TikTok. Like with the voiceover.
Damn, we get a damn TikTok ad every fucking YouTube video. So they're like, Dude, their promotion is, they got to pay so much money.
They paid a lot.
I mean, it pays off. You have a lot of people on
like there's legit
TikTok.
a time for a straight month where it was just like every ad was TikTok.
Yeah.
Even to the point where we looked up a TikTok compilation just to see all the cringe, and then a TikTok ad for a TikTok compilation.
Yeah. TikTok.
Anyway.
These poor kids are going to look back on their TikTok videos and be like, oh my God, why? Why was I like this?
Dressed up as like a anime girl.
Hit or miss.
Singing about Overwatch.
I guess I never miss.
You got a boyfriend. I bet he don't kiss.
Doesn't kiss, yeah. I can't believe, like, that was such a huge meme. Like,
still is.
It still is. Not as big, though.
Well, now we have the T-girl. You know what I'm talking about.
I loathe that person. Dude, she got so popular. It was like one bit. It's because just like one popular person like judged her. Like, fuck this girl. You know?
It's also PewDiePie.
Was it? Did she make it onto PewDiePie?
I think she was getting. There's a whole episode. I think the whole episode was called like "Here's the Tea" and it was PewDiePie doing this.
Yeah.
Because he has meme review.
It made some. It made
TikTok,
some good. It made some good memes. The here's the motherfucking tea girl.
Oh yeah, have you seen the one where like she does that and then it cuts to a car crash?
Yes,
That's
yes.
the best one.
Yeah, Jason showed you that one.
And then the dude's fucking dancing. What is this podcast?
Hey.
Do we go to bed? Do we just fucking watch TikTok compilations now?
I don't think I would be able to sleep for weeks if we did that.
On that
please God, no.
I think it's a good time to wrap this up.
Yeah, you want to go through just overall, just how you feeling about the movie, and then wrap it up?
It's good. It's good. I wish it wasn't as kiddie.
Yeah.
Because there are just moments where it just screamed. It's like, this is a kid's movie. Just movie.
A little more kids than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't want like gruesome violence in my Pokemon movie. But just in terms of like jokes, didn't push any boundaries or anything. It's just everything felt very safe. Mm-hmm. And you have Ryan Reynolds. I guess you just expect that Ryan Reynolds is just gonna try a couple scenes out or jokes out. You know?
Charming.
Yeah, he's just
he's just a goofy fellow. There's definitely one or two adult jokes.
I love what he knocks over. Like, oh no, my clues. That shit makes me laugh so hard. Oh no, my clues. That made me laugh so hard in the theater. Yeah, it's just like shit is all over all the floor. He's got coffee cups everywhere.
Yeah, how he just takes his Dixie cups and just like shakes it.
Yeah, he's like, nothing in
Was
here.
he drinking just milk at one point when he had like the mustache?
Oh, when he got the mustache. No, sure, it's just like foam or something.
Sure, I was drinking that.
Yeah,
and that. Yeah, sure. Just step anywhere. It's fine.
Oh yeah, sure. One of the funnier jokes of Justice Smith.
My clothes.
This looks like a serial killer's room or something like that. That's a pretty funny joke. Like it does. You look like Charlie Day from Always Sunny.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like here's where your dad is.
I love how Charlie Day was just Charlie Day in Pacific Rim.
That was just his character. I haven't seen any other Pacific Rim. Sorry, Guillermo. I have not seen Pacific Rim. Or the John Boyega one. Pacific Rim, John Boyega.
The non-Guillermo del Toro one.
Yeah.
The first one's good.
Guillermo was too busy winning Oscars, so fuck him, right?
What a fucking asshole. Who does he think he is, an Oscar winner?
Who does he think he is, an artist?
Fuck that guy.
Fuck him. Pacific Rim is like his most, I guess, no, because Hellboy's kind of like, it's like an artsy superhero movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like dark and like slick, you know?
The Shape of Water.
And then, The Shape of Water. I mean, in terms of, like, commercial, I think
Hellboy 3, basically. The prequel.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
The new one?
That was a meme.
No, you're talking about the new
Shape of Water.
Oh, you're saying... No, that's pretty funny. It's pretty much the fish man.
Yeah, right?
I have not seen the first Hellboy in a very, very long time.
Yeah, we don't talk about the actors of Hellboy.
The new Hellboy. Hellboy 2019. Did you see that? Oh, man. I think Andrew saw it. He saw it with when he went to Chicago. That's why. Yeah, he saw it with the buddies.
That was the one week where I was like, I didn't want to see Pet Sematary. I wanted to see Hellboy.
You didn't want to see Pet Sematary? No.
I think it's just
he wanted to see it for some reason. I'm like,
After seeing the one trailer where it just showed everything.
Yeah, they spoil the entire fucking movie. I'm like, I don't want to. I definitely don't want to.
I never saw the original one, so I had no idea what happened.
Yeah.
And I was,
oh, you just want to show us the. That's the problem with trailers.
And then I saw the part where like she stabs the guy's foot. I was like, nah.
Yeah, does she stab like his Achilles or something?
Yeah, it's like A Quiet Place got me. Not this.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Hostel?
Andrew told me.
There's some Achilles cutting in that movie. That movie is brutal if you ever want to just like throw up. if you have a bad meal and you want to regurgitate what you just ate, watch Eli Roth's Hostel.
Like worse than Saw level gore.
Oh yeah. Eli Roth is like, I'm gonna make you feel so bad because Saw is torture porn, but not even close to Eli Roth level.
Like, is it more mutilation almost?
It's just people chopping up people just because they like it. That's Hostile.
Isn't it just rich people buying like these people from?
No, it's like an evil corporation that I haven't seen in a while, but they just like they hire these people to like so. The movie is like these Americans like go to Europe, and
how does it end?
He gets out.
Is it just a he?
Yes, it's like a main guy, and he gets like seduced by like these girls that are from the country that they're visiting, and they lead him to the place where they like torture you, you know.
Right.
And he like murders a lot of people, and he gets his revenge on the girls and like the higher ups in the company or whatever. And then he gets out okay, but the beginning of the second movie, he gets fucking murdered, like at the beginning.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but it's mainly just the movie. He's just trying to get out. He's just trying to get out of this, like, and he stumbles upon people that are getting tortured. Specifically, an Asian girl that is very hard to watch what happens to her.
I'll ask about that later because I think
something involving an eyeball. That's
that
all I'm gonna
should
say.
Be like 10 times worse than Loki just fucking take that dude's eyeball out.
Yeah.
Which by the way,
that was kind of dark.
Everyone overlooks that Loki strip took a dude's eyeball out.
He does a lot of stuff. He fucking ruined New York. That was his fault.
That too. He also
it's like Loki. He's just a pain in the ass.
Symbolizes like Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
one point.
He's so evil in the first Avengers. Like you look back on it, and he's so evil.
And then in like
he's
Thor 3,
he's like goofy.
Yeah, he's like, oh Loki.
It's like he's
you didn't
such
kill
such a
hundreds
pain in
of
my
people
ass.
in New York.
Yeah, you didn't ruin populations of different planets or anything. You know.
Oh, he's the trickster guy. This is Loki.
Brothers, what can you do?
He's a god. At least he's not fat.
Fat Thor. I heard. Yeah, you didn't like Fat Thor.
I get the idea that it's like, oh, he's this.
A lot of people didn't like Fat Thor, actually.
Yeah, I get the idea that like you like it to be like this is your champion for anxiety and whatnot. That's okay, but when people were like Stuckman got to like, you can be fat and be a hero. He's a god. He can be fat and do god things.
Yeah.
If Chris Evans or Iron Man was fat, they're not.
If
Iron
Man is fat, he's not doing shit. He's a human. So is Captain America.
You see the nanotech just like go over the belly. It's like,
he has to make a new one, so like he has like a belly. His suit.
It just cuts out of it.
Christ.
Goddamn. I made the point. I don't know if it was in the podcast where I was like, Fat Thor is like having skinny Iron Man, like just sickly Iron Man at the beginning.
It's such a contrast. Too.
I don't want that.
You didn't like the skinny Iron Man.
Well, I liked it. I'm just saying fighting, like taking him and putting him.
I think I've heard multiple points. Like it just went on for too long. Like Fat Thor, like when he should have been like, "Fuck it, I got to get into this mode where like I have to be Thor."
Yeah,
he should have just like, because he's a god. You could just wipe it all away if you really wanted to.
Maybe just do something to like lose it a little bit.
Yeah,
it was just an easy way to write off and nerf him.
Yes,
because at his peak, he beat the gauntlet with Stormbreaker.
Yes,
but he could barely like push it when Thanos was just holding onto it without the gauntlet.
It is what it is.
If anything, I think I would just wrote that he got injured in like like maybe he got hurt fighting, like killing him, And the first part, I don't know.
Whatever.
There's something better to do.
Yeah. Anyway, Detective Pikachu was a pretty decent movie.
If you couldn't tell, Avengers, Hostel, and another thing we brought
Bull
up.
Durham.
Bull Durham. What?
Bull Durham. So it's
Durham.
the Durham Bulls is the minor league team. Durham is the city in North Carolina, and Bulls.
Bull Durham.
So they just like switch it for some reason. Bull Durham, because it just sounds better than Durham Bull.
Durham Bull.
Yeah. Sounds like a person's name.
Go see Ben-Hur. Because that's what I heard the first time.
Yeah, Ben-Hur. The remake, not the classic film.
Actually, another we're thinking about Beowulf. Go see Beowulf.
Shit, that movie is a train wreck.
If you want to see a movie that's less of a train wreck, go see Detective Pikachu. It's a train that gets from point A to point B with Pokemon in it.
What'd you say in terms of what you've seen in 2019 so far, like 2019 releases? Where does this fall in terms of other films you've seen?
It's hard.
You give it a B-, right? Mm-hmm. That was your rating? Okay.
I think my initial grade for it, when we did our mini forever ago, where we talked about movie grades, I think I give it an A++. I think my prediction was
which
A+.
movie?
For Detective Pikachu.
Oh, when you were yeah, okay. Yeah, the speed
Lion
round.
King got an A++, and then Sonic got F. A++.
Sonic got an F. That was before you saw the trailer, right?
Because the poster, like we saw some concept designs.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I'm gonna enjoy the Sonic Hedgehog the movie more than Detective Pikachu.
You're pumped on that trailer reaction.
Sonic's my childhood.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
But it's a big.
It's a lot of people's childhood. Mm-hmm. That's why it's going to be really unfortunate that they're going to fuck it up with this stupid movie.
It's okay. They can fuck this up. So in 10 years,
it could happen again. Yeah.
Well, like we can make it.
Oh, you're right. So we're going to be filmmakers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Forget that sometimes. You talk about movies so much that you forget that you're going to be making them one day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how ballsy or cocky we think.
I hope I just get an idea for a movie one day, and that will.
And that's the one that.
Yeah, it has to be like the idea, you know. Because Andrew, I respect him for having all these ideas and wanting to film everything. But for me, like, it makes sense for him because he wants to do that. And me in particular, I don't want to be a director or a writer or anything as of right now. I'm, but I have a few ideas, but I just want it to be like the perfect time to do that film, you know. I have a few ideas that we could go over.
I feel like a lot of it, you just gotta like sit on an idea and just let it ferment.
Yeah, because like at times I just think about, oh, this would be a good idea for this movie idea, or like a plot element, you know. So it's mainly just putting it all on the paper eventually, you know, typing it all out. So
yeah, writing a 110-page script is
it's pretty daunting. It's a daunting task for sure. Just having enough to write about is the problem.
Once you get started, just
that's true. I mean, shit. If Stephen King can make it the book, anything can happen.
And do that in what, like a year?
No, it's like peak like cocaine Stephen King to 80s Stephen King.
Motherfucker.
Do you know there's a gangbang scene in that book?
When they're kids.
Yeah.
Like
dude, that's fucked. That's a fucked idea. I don't enjoy that.
Like if they want to do that as adults.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be okay with that. It's really weird. But as kids, they're like, what? They're like,
as long as it's 14. Consensual, it's fine. Consensual adults, not children. Consensual children is still pretty.
Yeah, they're children. They're not even like 17. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like when I was 12, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Beverly's hot.
Beverly's hot.
Yeah. Let's see what the sex thing is all about.
So, in order to have sex, I know you have to pee on the woman, but where do you pee?
Is that from something?
It was a mix of Family Guy and something else I heard.
There you go. We got a perfect blend of comedy.
The peak of comedy.
Peak of comedy.
I'm pretty sure that was a Game Grumps reference.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But anyway, Detective Pikachu was pretty good. I would recommend it to the average person, or just really anyone in general. Because there's a lot of people that really want to hate this movie coming in. And I was kind of one of those people at first. And I'm like, I saw the decent buzz it was getting. It was getting decent reviews. Enough of my, shout out to Letterboxd, enough of my Letterboxd people were enjoying it, like giving it a 7 out of 10, etc., even 8s.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. But that also happened to Ready Player One, and I hated Ready Player One. But I did not really hate this movie. I just had a few too many gripes with it.
I think the story
overall scale
might be a little better. I think I have to see it a second time before that.
Oh, Ready Player One.
I think Pikachu's a little better.
Yes,
maybe.
It's just not nostalgia.
It seems
for
like
the entire movie.
What we got in the third act for Detective Pikachu was like 2, if not all, the acts of Ready Player One. Just a mess.
I would liken the final battle in Endgame to Ready Player One, but the difference between the two, in terms of the battle in Ready Player One, is that we give a shit about the characters in Avengers. Ready Player One is just all references and characters that we know as a American society.
Yeah.
And that's what just makes it really fucking stupid for me, is like nothing has any weight to any of these characters in battle. It's just
Iron Giant.
Yeah, and like they don't even do the Iron Giant justice. He's just a big robot that can crush things. And
we didn't get his Destructo mode either.
That's another day.
But yeah,
we could talk about Ready Player One for hours.
Go check that out, guys.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu, good, solid film. Even though I give it a little negative rating, but other than that,
that's all right.
I liked it for most of the movie. It's just the final act.
If you were recommending this to children,
yes,
and gave it a kids movie grade, what would it be? A little higher.
2 children. 6.
I think that's fair.
6 would be my highest rating for this movie.
And that's
lowest
a B minus.
would be 4. Yeah, B minus, C plus, probably B minus. But in turn, I think I would honestly recommend this to all ages, especially people that just grew up with Pokemon, because
it's a must for any Pokemon
for
fan.
the most part, they do them justice.
Anyone that's played Pokemon,
just appreciating this even being a movie, like in terms of, because I would have never thought about doing a live action Pokemon movie.
No, not for a few years, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, technology's got to that point where you can make anything happen. So, yeah, I would recommend it to pretty much everyone. Just don't be upset if it's not as good as you'd hoped, like me. So.
Right. It's a safe movie. Don't expect too much.
Yeah, it's a blockbuster safe movie. So.
We usually take this moment to plug something. I don't really have anything to plug, but I'll leave that to you. You got anything you want to
Red Bull
put in?
SZA Control album is amazing, and TD in general, and also A24. I'm not wearing my A24 hat, but
we see it. You see it on the
is on the laptop, so you can appreciate that. I'm a freaking independent film loser, so that's me.
You want to throw some Letterboxd some love?
Letterboxd, I appreciate the platform. Some of the users are annoying, but I love everyone that I follow. So I love all of you. I love all of you that still follow me.
Yeah,
and
I
put
was
up with my shit,
not aware of Letterboxd until Andrew mentioned.
Oh yeah, are you gonna make an account?
I don't know. It's mostly for reviews, right?
You don't have to. You could just log films if you want to. If you just want to keep track of your ratings.
Okay, I know what to do.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty like broad. You can do a lot of things with it. You can make lists.
Okay.
Keep a diary. You could do reviews. You don't have to. You can just log films and rate them.
Shit, maybe.
It's really, really good.
But I'm passionate about movies, but lists haven't really been my thing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do lists or anything. I mean, I only have lists for directors ranked, years ranked, my favorite films, etc., like that, and then like different watch lists.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, Letterboxd. You can follow me there. If you just look up my name, we could probably put that in the bio or some description.
Oh yeah, the description.
So
what's that thing called again? The doobly doo.
The doobly doo with the bio and the description and the shit. Yeah, that.
What's a good code word? You know about the code words?
No.
We like putting in code words, so if someone has listened to the whole podcast, they could put that in. We finally had someone do that. My good friend Chris goes by Christopher. I'm the one that calls him Chris. And last week it was mashed potatoes. Thanks to Matt for that code name.
Mashed potatoes. Oh, man, I gotta go back and listen to all the other.
It's always at the end. So if you want to prove that you're true fans,
I
think this one just makes sense to make it twisty.
It's very twisty.
Code name of the week is Twisty, guys. That's Twisty with
a magnifying glass for bonus points.
But you have to type it in a Ryan Reynolds accent.
Yes.
I don't know how you do that,
You had to have a Pikachu emoji with
but
it.
you find it.
Yes.
I love the little electricity one. Boom. That's
There you go.
Caliente Fiesta.
Caliente Fiesta.
That's French. Certified French.
Certified French saying.
But yeah.
There you go. That is our.
This has been one long podcast.
a rambly one.
It got pretty rambly, but you know what? It was enjoyable.
There's not too much to say about this movie except the few things that we touched on. But it's short, it's sweet, it's cute.
If we condense it down, it was like an hour and a half. But anyway, I'm getting the overheating warning, so we got to cut this thing off.
Oh yeah, we got to cut this puppy off.
This has been Caleb.
This has been Connor.
Bye.
See ya.